Hello, chat. Hello. Hello, hello. I am well rested, and we are ready for another big stream. Tonight is Super Cuties Monthly, and we're gonna be watching it. So, if you signed up for the tournament, you should be about ready to start somewhere in this room. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. How is everyone? How is chat today? Oh, let me change the orange counter into a round one counter. There we go. Okay, so in 1 minute, the tournament should be starting. We have a lot of players today. I only see a few room members, but we do have like 45 signups for tonight's tournament. Um, so hopefully there's not too many DQs. Hopefully people remembered the tournament. I know that it's daylight saving time for me, so these are slightly different than what they used to be. But hopefully, I did make an announcement, so hopefully people remembered. Twitch hid this notification? What do you mean? Did you not get notified that I went live? Um, I think it started. I think we have started our first games. If anybody is in the tournament in the stream right now, remember that if you are in round two, if your first game is in round two, remember that you don't play for about 30 minutes. You are delayed while we watch round one. So don't think that you are excluded. You're still in the tournament, don't worry. But we do have some round one matches, I think. Should be starting somewhat soon. My username on Mastodon is different than my username on the site. Um, that's fine. As long as you can find your opponent still. You have a chat on the start.gg, so you can tell them what your name is if it's different. I don't see any ongoing games yet. Let me see. Has nobody started yet? Hello? Hello, Jake. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, we do have some games. Okay. Let's watch some. There's a lot of new names I see that we don't normally see every month, so let's maybe watch some new people today. I see this one. This one has started. Um, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this match when it starts. Or any of them when they start. Okay, this one has started. We have SDK DeadTube versus Walldozer. So I guess we'll watch this one. These are new players. I mean, new players to the tournament, so I don't recognize these guys, so let's give them a watch. Okay, round one has begun, so good luck, everyone. What do we have here? We're a bit quiet. We're a bit quiet. There we go. Millennium. Is this a Snake Eye deck? Please be a Snake Eye deck. Okay, Impum from Walldozer. That means Malice, Mitsurugi, Man. It's a Yummy deck? Hold on. Hold on. It's a Yummy deck? Yummy Millennium is such a cool idea. Using Millennium just to, like, bridge into those starters. if you hit that one cupsy, it's the same as starting. Um, it's the same as starting with cupsy, right? With zombie vampire. I can't check in. The site isn't loading for me. Is the site just lagging, or is there an issue? I see many people are not able to have started yet, but I don't know if that's because they're AFK or not. It looks like you have played it. You have checked in. You have managed to check in, I believe. So it shouldn't DQ you, but your opponent hasn't checked in. Okay, we do have another hand trap. Usually after Impulse, I always like to assume that there is no other hand trap because you're locked out of all the meaningful ones, like Droll, Maxi, Fua, Nibiru. So it's really like only Imperm that they could possibly have. I guess they could have Ash too, but generally Ash gets used before Impulse. Because you can usually like Ash things that you can Impulse. I got to Master with 60 card branded. Are you proud of me? Yes, of course. Always proud of you. For round two, players check-in is a bit later. Yes, for round two, check-ins the round starts 30 minutes later for you. Okay, are things working? I'm playing an Earth deck? Oh no. Oh no. That might be a problem for you. Let me see if Plushy is able to fix things. There's a lot of DQs, and I don't know whether that's because check-in lagged, or the site lagged for people, or if they just didn't show up. I would like to yeah, I need to be able to. Okay, something happened, and Plushy's gonna reset all of the games. Okay, so all the games are getting reset. Not the ones that are starting, but the ones that DQ'd will get reset. Okay. Yeah. Also, sorry I'm not able to pay attention to this first game that much because the site had a little bit of a hiccup right there. Not sure what happened. It really is a terrible site, I promise. I know I'm bad and like I'm really stupid sometimes, but like I promise it's the site that sucks. That's why there's always these problems. I'm definitely going to be working on my own website so that we can do this very easily. But it looks like we have an endboard now. We have an IP, a Herald, and a Surprise. World Legacy Survivor. Okay, we're on a rogue deck over here. Crawler? Is that a deck? Crawler? We play crawlers? What? Okay, I saw a Morganite. Is Terrors of the Hidden City? Okay, we're on we're on like Flip Turbo Junk Sleep. We're on flip turbo, right? This is flip turbo. I don't know what flip turbo means. Morganite, there it is. I didn't see a single monster. Like what are we actually? What's our win condition? We're just gonna set some monsters, flip it off people faster. All right, Plushy has sorted it, so everybody who got DQ'd because the site lagged, you have another chance to check in now. So if your match DQ'd you, you should be ready to start again. Hopefully that wasn't a problem and people didn't leave. Hopefully, if you're still here and you missed it, you can try again. I see there's a few games that have started now. There's more games that have started, and that's good. So it looks like we are. I mean, the opponent of the crawler player, they said that they did not think about the impulse lock, and they played an earth deck. So even if we drew some sort of monsters, some sort of play, I don't know if we would have had a chance here. I mean, this is full yummy combo. Like, what do you expect? This is what I said? Yeah. I don't know what we're trying to do, though. I'll be interested to see the next game, if they lose and go first. I'll be interested to see what the deck does. This is the kind of deck that, like, when you're watching this from a viewer perspective, you think, like, damn, that's a rogue deck versus a meta deck. It's gonna be a wash. But when you're actually there, and you're playing, versus rogue decks like this, especially like back row decks, like weird decks, it's so terrifying in a tournament setting. It's like oh my god, you could do anything accidentally wrong that just costs you the whole game. Looks like Yummy is gonna do fine now though. You still can't check in? Okay, I have checked you in. I have checked you in manually. I've checked you in manually. Is anyone else having the issue with not being able to check in? Okay, that's gonna be the first game. Looks like the impulse mishap didn't actually matter because we never got to even draw a monster effect. Let's see what they do for game 2 though. I would love to see this deck pop off going first. Thank you. I just logged in my PC. I'm not sure if things broke. Let's just say she understands the issue now. It looks normal to me. I think things look normal now. There's like a handful, like 2 or 3 DQs in round 1. That's like what you normally expect, and everyone else looks like they're ready to start. So it looks like it's working. Okay, Let's watch game two. I assume Flip.deck is going to be going first. Also, thank you to Spartan for following. Okay, what do we have? What do we have from Flip.deck? I mean, that looks like a brick, but it is Flip.deck. So, a set monster? Maybe actually, like, you know, the win condition. Okay, we're going to cook with Yummy. Nothing's stopping us yet. With one card set, it kind of needs to be a floodgate. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Yummy is just gonna go off. I think, by the way, guys, the reason why the site was not letting people check in, I think was to do with the time settings. I think I forgot to change the event time because of the daylight saving. The thing about start.gg is that you have a tournament with a set start date, but then you also have an event within the tournament with its own set start date and registration times. There's like two sets of times that you have to make sure are the same for no reason because it's just needlessly complicated. So I think I missed one of them. Raid? Oh, hi. Hi, Jesse. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the huge raid. We're watching a tournament right now. Thank you, Jesse. Okay, so the back row is World Legacy pawns, not survivors. What are we flipping up right now? This needs to be like a fossil diner for anything to be that impactful. I'm trying to do the shout out for Jesse. I'm sure you guys are already following Jesse, but I'll do it anyway. There we go. Oh, I missed it. I missed out. I missed the word shout out. Mods. Okay. Well, I missed what we flipped up as well. It was a crawler glial, and then it activated in the hand. What? If this face-up card leaves the field, what? There's no way that activates in the hand. Hold on, what? Return this to the hand, and it activates in the hand? There's no way. There's no way that's how the ruling works. They activate it, but the hand is like not. They're like the only card that does that. Like what the hell? Like normally when you flip a card back into the deck or the extra deck, it doesn't trigger because it's like a unknown area, right? And I thought the hand would be the same. But crawlers trigger? I'm a judge IRL. That is sadly a legal interaction. Well, yeah, clearly it's how it works because Master Duel is doing it. But if that was a TCG ruling, I would be taking that to the head judge if my opponent tried to do that. I would be taking that all the way to the top because I would have not thought it worked that way. So what did we summon? We summoned a Deus Ex Crawler, which is skill drain, right? Negate all monster effects activated on your opponent's field. Yeah. Um, it's also when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this face down monster, change it to face up and negate it. Another weird effect. What do you mean a card can activate while face down? A monster can activate while face down. What do you mean? I know that's what a trap card does, but like a monster? What do you mean? What do you mean a monster can do that? Craft wording? Are crafts like that as well? I guess craft is like the first face down deck that we've had since Crawler, really? So maybe they have weird rulings too. Currently the Snatchy is big enough to beat the Crawler, and so is well, a couple of them. They're all bigger. They're all bigger actually, except the Yomi Way. So this should be like lethal, right? This just oh wait, this destroys a spell trap. This is not lethal. Wait, we messed up. We can't kill. This destroys a spell trap. I didn't even look at the other one. It's Axon. Main 2? Okay, now we're in danger, right? Because this is a skill drain when it flips up next turn. And if we try to SP this, its other effect activates, which is gonna, you know, activate and negate. So I guess we're going Herald and then SP, and then we have to SP and Herald it. But next turn, that's gonna be Herald gone, SP gone, versus quite a lot of cards in hand. So hold, crawlers, crawlers maybe making a comeback. Also, thank you to Gemini Yang for following. Yeah, so we SP. Hold on. Hold on, what just happened? Why did we use the SP second effect? Oh, oh right, because wait, because the second effect immediately applies. Wait, the second effect immediately applies this continuous effect. So none of this is gonna work anyway, right? Negated. The first effect also negated. Right. Hold on. Hold. Hold. Are we getting walled by Crawler here? Deus Ex. How does Yomi out this? You have to surprise it, but they need to put another card on the field for you to be able to surprise it. And there's another card. Okay. I mean, imagine if we found that win condition. Imagine if that win condition was just, I'm not gonna summon or set again, and you can't out my Crawler. Imperm outs it? Well, yeah, okay, Imperm outs it, but yeah, okay, Imperm outs it. But we have to have it. We have to have Imperm. This might be a purge set. We are summoning other monsters though. We got Crawler Soma, which is an ultra rare. That means it's a good card. Um, I also don't know enough about crawlers. I don't know if outing this card is even like that realistic of a win condition. Is it easy to get back onto the board? If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, add a level 9 monster. Okay, we do have surprise, and now we're outing the Deus Ex Crawler here. Herald can negate. I don't think Herald can negate. I don't think it's like skill drain. This says negate all monster effects activated on your opponent's field. And the Herald still activates on the opponent's field, so I think it would still negate Herald. I believe. Anyway though, what did we set face down? We set the Glial again. So this card, this can special summon the Deus Ex Crawler again when it's flipped up. So we're gonna have to do something about that. And there's World Legacy Pawns again. We do have Herald for this. But where's our follow-up? I know we have one Marshmallow in the hand, which is technically follow-up, but is it enough? Is it enough follow-up? Probably. It's probably enough. We also have the Millennium engine. I messed up. Should have targeted the Deus Ex with Soma's effect. I think if you had never put another card on the board and just sat on the crawler, it might have been difficult for them to out. But no, they probably could have still outed it. Next turn, it could have been shuffle minion back and then fields. Oh, I don't know. How do you get minion on the board? Because Snatchy is negated. You would have to draw it again. So maybe the win condition was just leaving the guy on the board and not doing anything, just sitting on it. This can't target a face down monster, so Doom's Dragon not working just yet. Also thank you to Retty Quizzle and Xyz Bond YouTube for following. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Minion back in the deck. The Millennium Engine is something really cool that I want to try in not just Yumi, but in Draco Tail as well. Because one thing the Millennium Engine does is it's kind of a starter, right? It's like an extra starter because Zombie Vampire might mill one of your starters. So it replaces what those decks lost, which is starters. And it's also a brickless engine because the worst draw is the Temple, and this still does it. This still is the starter, right? You can still get to Vampire. So it's a brickless engine, um, which is something really cool. He can't just sit, the big guy can recycle minion, right? But it's a skill drain, so you can't access minion without hard drawing it, which is like still somewhat of a win condition if you think about it. Now we have a Photon Lord on the board. Is a brick just a card that you can't do anything with that turn? I mean, yeah, I would define a brick as a card that isn't a non-engine or a starter, right? Like a card that is definitely useless on its own. That's what I would define a brick as. Like you can have starter engines that are bricks, right? Like like the Azamina engine could be a starter for your Snake Eye deck, but Hallowed Azamina itself is a brick, right? Or Extender's brick. That's where it gets a little weird, right? That's where it's not a super clean definition. Because there are cards that are like strictly not one card combos, but are clearly not like useless because they do contribute to like a game plan. Like a Quem, right? Quem isn't a one card combo, but if you draw a Quem, if the rest of your hand is like playable, that Quem is not like a terrible draw. You can use it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I thought we already attacked with the Lollipo. Okay, now it's lethal. Now we have lethal, right? Yeah, we do. It was a good try from the crawlers. I would have loved to see X Crawler win a game. That would have been really cool. But unfortunate, it did not. Good try though. Very cool deck. I think even if it did get this game, it would have obviously struggled in the third game with Yomi going first. But it is what it is. Let's see. What else do we have going on round one? Round two should be about to start. So all of those waiting for round two should be about to start in a couple of minutes. I am ready. Good. Be ready. Also, thank you to you and Waldoza for following. Thank you. Thank you for the crawler deck. It was very entertaining. Um, we have a game here that I want to check out between these guys, Pariah and Mule. I want to see what's going on here. This is also a round one game. And then after this, we'll move on to round two. There's one game started for round two yet, so I'll give it a little bit of time before we get into it. Okay. Do we have any more rogue decks, or is this a meta versus meta matchup? Main phase 1. 40 card versus 41. Vanquish Soul. Okay, so meta deck on this side. Is the game loud enough, by the way? Can we hear the game? I think we can hear the game. Okay, we have Borga and Jiaolong. So that's going to be Raise and Access. Does not get ashed. Or Max Seed, or Forward. We have a response from Pariah, but not a Charmy or a Max E, clearly. Could be maybe a Femina over there somewhere. Okay, round two has started, by the way. I believe if anybody is in round two, you can now access your game. I believe round two should be ready to start. Yeah, there it is. Impum, maybe? It might be an Impum, but yeah, it could be Impum. It could be Impum because when we activated Holy Sue, we revealed a Borga, meaning if we Impummed it, we would obviously lose to the Borga, right? So there was no point in Impuming. So it could be Impum, and maybe we go for the Ripper as our target with the Impum here, which would make sense because we can't Borga this, and it would access the Canine. So if this was Impum, I imagine it would be the Impum, but no, we're still not using it. Exclamation mark bracket. We don't have any commands for the tournament. It's ran through the star.gg and the Discord, so that's if you wanted to sign up, it was you have missed it. If you just wanted to look at the bracket because you just want to watch it, um, that's not available. I'm sorry. That's not a thing we can see. Only I can see that. Okay, so we had no, we searched case. We searched case. Searching for case with Ripper. Is that what does that mean? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, now I see what was going on in the hand. Oh, I just wanted to see the attendees. Um, I think you can see the attendees. Just you can't see the bracket. It's Labubu's, yeah, it's Lab. So that's definitely an Omni toggle. Chandelier and Stovey Torby. Damn, talk about turn zero interaction, by the way. We got like 3 cards that we can use in engine. Trap-holic and Welcome Labyrinth. Damn. So we can like set up to beat Labyrinth pretty well, right? All checked by Ripper. It's kinda checked by Ripper, because if there was no Ripper, you would probably go Stovey, discard Chandra. But because there is a Ripper, you could go Chandra and then get negated and then use the Stovey. But it's really minus. And I still don't think either wins the game, right? Because Vanquish Soul and Canine can set up generic pops for back row. Like we can go What did we search with Lantern, by the way? Did we? Did we search with Lantern yet? Or is Lantern still in the hand? It's still in the hand. Right, it's still in the hand. But Lantern can get Forced Release, which can be a pop for a back row. We can have... Okay, we're making SP now. Interesting. The other pop is Caesar Valius. That's going to be a pop for a back row. Why did we make SP? SP seems weird. SP seems pretty weird. Not gonna lie. I mean, what else would we make? Maybe, I don't know. SP seems weird. SP isn't particularly good against Labyrinth. If they summon a monster, it might just be untargetable. So, I feel like another rank 5 would have still made sense. Like Nash Knight or something would have been just fine. We're gonna be fine though. If we just set up the double pop and keep the Ripper to negate the hand trap, then we're gonna be pretty set. So there's Forced Release. I do agree, by the way, Ripper should be banned. I do hope that Ripper eventually gets banned. I feel like it's, in Master Duel at least, it's like positioned in a way that makes it immune to being banned. Because it's like a main archetype boss monster. Like it's the main canine card. It's like the canine card. It's like Arthalion for Draco Tail. You would never ban Arthalion from Draco Tail. That would be so cruel. You might limit it eventually, but you would never ban it because that's like the identity of the deck. I feel like Ripper's still broken at 1, so you could never ban it, you know? Which is unfortunate. Because it's too strong. We are making Masquerade, which is, you know, kind of whatever in this matchup. I will say that we've relatively clogged our board. Okay, no, never mind. We're just going to end on the Caesar. There we go. I was going to say we don't have room to go Holy Suit into Raisin, but we don't need to. We already have Caesar. You could maybe limit Azuna's. Yeah, but Azuna isn't the problem. Azuna doesn't make the Rippers the most, right? Like, Ripper usually comes on your turn, like going first. It's not the card that you make as a hand trap. That's usually like Nash Knight. It would be the honest to god fairest hit for Vanquish Soul Canine to just ban this and leave the deck, you know, without Ripper. Anyway, let's see if Lab could do anything. We do know the hand except one card. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to get through the non-target back row pops. Oh, we drew Lovely for turn? Average Labyrinth experience. You bring Lab... you bring Lab to one tournament, and the first draw is Lovely. Average Labyrinth experience. We're negating Lady Labyrinth. Interesting that we chose not to negate Stovey Torby. Which I think is weird because... Well, it makes sense to not negate it now, but what about, like, last turn? Should we have used Stovey Torby in the end phase to bait the one Ripper interaction? Because then it would have been genuinely correct to negate the Stovey Torby because it's going to be live on turn 2. But now it wasn't threatening, right? It's just not threatening now. So we have a welcome that we can't activate. Field spell. And we do know the sets. It's Trap-holic and regular welcome. So I mean, what does Trap-holic say again? I don't remember what Trap-holic does. Do you have to pop another trap? Is it pop another trap that you control? Is that what it does? Because if that's the one that we don't hit, I don't know if it does anything. You need to pop. Can it pop the field spell? That's what I want to know. Can it pop the field spell? We hit the regular welcome. So now Caesar could just pop big welcome. And there's no engine for Pariah. Ah, yeah, this is another way that you can make this. What does this say? Target one spell trap you control. Okay, so this does actually function. With just the field spell, you could have popped the field spell, but the priority Caesar in the draw phase sort of beat that play. It beat that play pretty well. Now it's just game over. So that's two matches so far where we've seen a meta deck versus a rogue deck. And the meta deck just goes first and sort of rolls over the rogue deck. Let's see what Lab can do going first though. Just like the crawler deck, Labyrinth's the kind of deck that if you do get to go first, you might be able to pull off some cheese, you know? It's a pretty cheesy deck. So let's see. Game 2. D-Barrier Colixies? Exactly. Exactly. I have awoken. Hello, Drizzy. Look at that cat emote. That's really cute. Okay. Game 2. Anytime. Okay, we're waiting for the opponent to choose first, which they surely will. Okay. Our opponent wasn't responding here because they were having bad internet, so we were waiting for them to say first or second. Should be starting now. Damn, you know what's so crazy? You know what would be unbelievable? Running a tournament and having everything go perfectly, smoothly, no hiccups. That would be the perfect um tournament. And I don't know if it's possible. There's always something weird happening. Okay, maybe they're not coming back. Maybe their internet has died. Oh my god. Thank you, Savage, for the giant emoji. Thank you, and hello, Sonamo. And thank you, Murgy, for following. That was fun. I'll try to bring a better deck next week. Yeah, you should. You should play. It's fun. The more people, the better. Although the more people, the more chance of an unprofessional event happening. But that's fine. I think I think we may have to DQ the person who disconnected here because they're taking a while to come back. So maybe we'll watch a different match then. Let's move on to a round two match. Let's watch. Who can we watch here? Let's watch Zonai and Cave. Where are they? I should actually join one of these one day. Perhaps. Or perhaps you should help me run them. Okay, here's my spoiler image. You guys are gonna get spoiled, that's why I have the orange. Okay, back to me. So this is game one in round two now. Between Zonai and Cave. Okay, that is a hand of all time. We have Ash Bell. I mean, okay, the rest of this is not super great. Also, I mean, that looks like a nice hand from Cave. We're playing Gem Knight Fiendsmith. Um, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, why didn't we negate Ash? But this is green light, not orange light. How do I communicate with opponent? Using start.gg. There's a chat. Not through Discord, Drizzy. No, not through Discord. Through start.gg. Don't listen to Drizzy. Okay, we're gonna have Beansmith combo into Requiem. Requiem? Sorry, into Sequence. Sequence will get belled, and then I don't see how we extend from there. But we do have Maxi Ash. So, yeah, Ghost Bell on Sequence. There's a lot of royals from Cave, by the way. Cave, very rich on the royals. Royal Engraver. Oh, it's very nice. I don't know how to I'm sorry, chat. I'm trying to run the tournament and commentate it. I don't know if you knew this, but that's actually impossible, and I'm amazing for trying. So just bear with me. I'm trying to do both. You're right, by the way. We didn't normal summon. So... No, we did normal summon. We normal summon. Oh. What just happened? We disconnect? We surrendered? What just happened? What did we scoop? Yeah, you did normal summon. I remembered you normal summoned. Um, but why did we surrender here? Why did we surrender here? I understand that it was a little weird. Um, like trying to win with just the Vanquish Souls there because we couldn't really clear much. But like, you know, it's like this is what Vanquish Soul does every single time, like going second on its own. Do we not have a plan? Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't winnable. Anyway, big orange. So Fiendsmith Gem Knight won the first game. Now let's see game 2. It was Tia the best deck. It was Tia. We did see a Tia card show up at the end. Okay, Ash again on tracked. Same duel. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. What do you mean? Well, we watched game 2 then. I guess we watched game 2. So that was game 2. Now we're gonna watch game 1. Fuck me. I should just jump off a bridge. Why don't you try how Meta Weekly does it? Yeah. I assume by that what you mean is let the games play out, and then once the games have played out, we actually then go in and watch them on the replay. I assume that's what you meant by how Meta Weekly is done. Or like you just run it so that you only even commentate top cut as well, right? So that I get what you mean, right? That way you're never having to deal with people who might just lose because internet or DQ or, you know, if this was orange instead of green, I could have cooked. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, look at this. Green plus Kelda. I assume we're only playing one green, right? Because green is not very good for this exact reason. Oh! Oh, but Case... Case is green? We didn't... Okay, we don't rip out because we can't rip out. We've already ripped out. I don't know how good that was though, because discarding the Keldo is maybe too late now. We've already used Lantern. Now we go up into Umbral Horror. And this is going to be a lot to break with just 2 cards. We don't even try. I'm not sure about not trying though. I feel like we could have gave it a go. Like Engraver is still relatively forcing. But anyway, 1-1. So let's check out game 3 real quick. This should be Tia going second again, because that was game 1 that we watched backwards. Or we watched game 2 and then game 1. And we have a hand trap. Wait, no, we're going first, never mind. This is again, the hand is nice, but like we just needed that one orange light to take it over the top. one orange light here would have been unreal. And now we're gonna get full comboed again. Is there a special room for top 16? No, it's the same room, but it'll be fine. It won't be a problem. The same room. I forgot the tournament again. I'm sorry, Modern. I'm sorry. How good is Fenrir at breaking a Vanquish or Canine board? Probably not amazing. Masquerade sort of checks it, right? Kinda? Kinda. Kinda. Thank you to Big Hand for following. IP and Vanquish Soul? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You don't normally play IP. Did we just, like, find one card that we don't care about in the extra deck? And we just said, fuck it, I'm playing IP? What don't we play Tiras as well? What don't we play? What don't we play? What are we not playing? We're on one Ripper. But one Ripper is relatively fine. That's relatively normal. Typhon? Yeah, Typhon. Have we cut some more cards as well, though? Because we've also cut Tiras. We're also on Tiras. Hmm. We're not playing Saryuja, I noticed. Maybe that's the card that we cut. And Cave Scoops. Yeah, Vanquish Soul going first with yeah, it's always why is it always the meta deck that goes first? You know, when it's Rogue versus meta, you feel like the Rogue deck should get the coin. It says I was disqualified. No, it shouldn't say that. Um, okay, this might be the last. This might be the last Start.gg tournament I run because other than the scheduled one, this is awful. This website makes me want to die. We have a top cut match started, a top 16 match, which is round 3. Um, what do we do here? Who's playing? I'll put a random match on for you guys to watch. Still round 2 this, I believe. Yeah, this is really annoying. Um, Start.gg is so terrible. We got another Yummy player over here. Oh wait, no, it's the same Yummy player. It's the same Yummy player that we saw in round 1. And it's always the Yummy. It's always the meta deck going first. Yeah, we got Millennium again. I wonder how good Millennium is in Yummy. It does seem like relatively synergistic, because it makes the deck a little bit better going second in Engine, because Millennium Engine is like nice going second with the big bodies and the Doom Dragon. It also lets you make a Baron if you have like Engine plus the level 8. I feel like it's pretty solid. The only thing that would clash is that it's a field spell engine, and Yumi already does have field spells. But that's like the only downside. There is a branded player called Plums. Okay. We may have to check out the branded player. Do you like pancakes or waffles? I don't know what you mean by waffle. Um, to me, a waffle is a potato in the shape of a grid that you cook in the oven. That's a waffle. And a pancake is a pancake. And pancakes are maybe three, maybe like a centimeter thick. That's what a pancake is. Meta against meta this time. Yeah, okay. Meta against meta, who wins? Probably the one that made full board. If I had to guess. Probably the one that made full board, but we'll see. Look at this. Herald IP, like the standard deck, but also a free Baron because we drew the Millennium Engine. Like, that's actually really good. The Millennium Engine has a lot going for it right now in Yumi. It's a starter with, or a maybe starter, if you don't draw a starter, so it replaces some of the Cupsies. Plus, it doesn't like, it's not useless when you already have Engine, because it adds to the end board. It makes Baron. So, could be genuinely really good. It's also a brickless engine, which is like super good, and it goes second relatively well, because it's a forcing push and a lot of damage. I like it. I think I'm going to try the Millennium Engine. It's a consistent way of searching 7th Tachyon? Okay, but that's for Ryziel. That's a Ryziel issue. What do you mean 7th Tachyon in Yumi? Or maybe 7th Tachyon in Vanquish Soul. You can play Vanquish Soul K9. Zombie Vampire 2. I mean, yeah, Zombie Vampire is the main function of the Millennium Engine. Is to bridge into your secondary engine. It seems so good in Yummy. I'm actually really hyped to try and use this. In Draco Tail, it also sounds good too, because if you think about what a Millennium card does, one Senk Engine, it's a zombie vampire where you try and mill a Draco Tail starter like Lucius or Malulu or, even Frixel and Phimina. But if you don't mill a name, you can also just Sebastian summon anything, and then it makes Verte at least, so you can still do a Verte. It doesn't seem terrible. Mill your one of Rahu? That is also true, yeah. You could mill your one of Rahu. You can also mill your traps, which is not settable then. Maybe it's not so good in Draco Tail. Maybe it's not so good in Draco. Seems pretty based in Yumi though. Like, the only downside of Yummy is, like, milling Minion. But even that's, like, not the end of the world. We game with IP. Perfect. GG, that was a crazy board. Millennium Yummy looking pretty strong. This is my favorite. This is my favorite to win the tournament, I think. Millennium Yummy seems solid. Okay, so we can look at some top 16 matches now. Milling Spenta sounds crazy. I don't think you play Millennium and Spenta. I'm just not a fan of Spenta. I don't think Magistus Dracoturtle is that good. Because, like, fundamentally, it's not a starter. Unless you normal summon and play a lot of extra deck bricks. Let's see. We have this match. Let's watch this match between two players we've not seen before. Uriel and SNK. This is our top 16 match. Where are these guys? Here they are. Okay, so top 16. They've already played a game. So, Orange arrive. Top 16. I Pendulum Summon for the first time in Ranked. Oh, look at this. Okay, new deck. New deck alert. It's Magnet Warriors with Block Dragon. Okay. Magnet Warriors versus Raizio Mitsu. Still a deck. Still being played. Raizio Mitsu. Still being played. Look at that going first hand, by the way. X'd, cross out Cold Bite. And Preparation of Rites. Look at that going first hand. Excuse me. On that going first hand. Excuse me. Thank God they went second. I'm gonna go Granite to search Nibiru because we already have Block Dragon. It's a Fiendsmith deck. Okay, that's pretty standard for Magnet Warriors, I think. Coldbite and Crossout, and also X'd Habakiri. Naturia Beast incoming. Does this deck make Naturia Beast? I see Caesar here. And then we have Sigma minus. We fused away Block Dragon. This card has to go from the field to the graveyard, but yeah, it can summon itself from the graveyard, so this is still efficient. We search Magnet Bonding. Magnet Bonding is something. Add another Sigma. Boom, Block Dragon hits the board. IP. I know what that card does. I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. Combo deck starts with a bunch of new cards that you've never seen before and do a lot of fancy things, and it slowly turns into slop. We slowly turn our new cards into old cards, and that's how we win. We turn all of our new cards into old cards, and that's how we win the game. We made a Nibiru, we made an IP, we made a Caesar. We're going really plus. Like, all of these Earth decks with Block Dragon obviously go super plus, but... Oh, look! An old card! We turned our new cards into old cards. I'm surprised this is here. I know it's being protected from Impalm, but I feel like we wanted to make, like... Oh, we already made IP! Right, we already made IP, so we can revive it with Elf. We have a huge board right now. Is that Baron? Is that Baron DeFleur? It's Baron. Okay, turn your new cards into old cards. I see how it works. Okay, we ended on this one. Is this an endboard piece? This is not an endboard piece. Is this an endboard piece? Tellusion the Magnet Warrior. When your opponent activates a card or effect, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Or if it's an Earth, take control of it. Yes, it's an endboard piece. Fusion is a floodgate. Face-up monsters become Earth. Okay, yeah, technically that's a floodgate, but not against this deck. I don't think it matters though, because look at the other side of the board. It's Naturia Beast, Baron, Caesar. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, even X can't break this board. Even X can't break this board. Wow, we even called by on Aggregator, so it doesn't even like trade with Baron. This is why Charmies need to resolve? Yeah, maybe. Maybe you're right about that. Can't ritual summon using monsters on the field? Yes, we can. We don't need to tribute dark monsters, right? That's not how Mitsurugi works. I mean, we can't ritual summon because there's a Naturia beast, but you know. Yeah, crazy. Oh, what is this, by the way? Look at this board. Is this normal? Is that the standard end board? Because that's pretty disgusting if true. That's pretty big if true. Okay, let's watch game 2. Mitsurugi Raziel is gonna go first now, and hopefully, I mean, if we think about it, right? Um, the going first hand for that Mitsurugi Raziel deck, like if they drew that hand and went first, um, they would have done the same thing. They would have made an unreasonably strong board. Okay, we're starting Tachyon. Let's hit Rahu instead. Magnets just came out. Okay, but genuinely, Jess, Baron and Elf were viable hits for the chopping block. Let's be honest. Elf and Baron were like realistically hits. Oh my god, we passed. I just realized we passed. We only had the Tachyon. We got drolled. We searched X, right? Oh no. Oh no, not again. Okay, we have Ash for this. Is it enough? Is it enough? Battle phase. Okay, it looks like it's enough. Okay, well, X is coming down now, right? So XGG, right? We have Ash. Okay, so we stopped last turn because of Droll. So we don't necessarily have no extenders. They could just be extenders that search. Like a Habakiri. So maybe we have a play? We do have a play. It's Preparation of Ride. Oh, but we have a Purge! Purge? Oh, this is a Purge deck because it's all Earth? It's a Purge deck? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Now we're gonna search a starter with Granite, right? Oh no. Okay, no, wait, hold. We have another Ash? Hold. Okay, Battle of the Bricks right now. Or Battle of the Non-Engine. Oh no, is that a starter? That's a starter. Ew. We top decked a starter. I think. That's nasty. We definitely like lose now, right? That's full. Is this full combo? Is this a one card combo? It looks like a one card combo. Yeah, it's definitely a starter. They are playing right now, so. Also, thank you to Swami for following. Thank you, thank you. That looks like lethal. Damn. I mean, that's unfortunate. You had the starters in the Mitsu Raziel deck. They just had the hand traps. And even though you had the hand traps, they just had one more starter. That felt like a Snake Eye mirror. That was like Snake Eye gameplay, right? That was flowchart gameplay. Whoever has one more starter than the opponent has non-engine just goes off and wins. That felt pretty criminal, to be honest. That match was a war crime, now that I think about it. That first game was ridiculous. So that's gonna be top 16 2-0 for Magnet Warriors. That's pretty based. I was told this is a branded player, by the way. I was told that Plums is a branded player, so let's take a look at some branded. I think this is still in round 2. SE used to need 4 to 5 hand trap to stop them? Yeah, genuinely. With the Beatrice version, genuinely, like Beatrice, Millennium, Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, that deck needed forever. You needed a billion hand traps to stop that. Okay, we got Dracotel here. What is a Lucius limit if you just draw it? Just draw it forehead. Arthalion with double Charmy. Average Arthalion. Average Arthalion. Top 16 second game. This is a top 16 match? Is this a top 16 match? I thought it was a round 2 match. Okay, we'll watch game 1 after then. If it's a top 16 match, we'll watch game 1 as well. Rahu into the one Rahu into Gulamel. You can tell by the way that this play is playing that these 3 cards are not Dracotel cards, which you'll know when they pass turn what they are, right? You'll basically know whether they're hand traps. Yeah, so they're clearly all hand traps, right? Because we didn't use a Dracotel name in the hand. We used the Lucius on the board, and that prevented us from making Verte. So we know that there's no name. And they also didn't set the 3rd trap from hand, so they didn't hard draw a trap. Which means the card in the hand, the 2 cards in the hand, one is Phimina, the other is Lucius. The 2 cards in the hand are clearly hand traps. So Ash Maxi, Ash Nibiru. That's a Dark Ruler. Is this is branded? I'm sure this is branded. It is branded. That's branded lost. And there's Cartesia. Activate Cartesia. We activate Phimina. Oh, but Phimina's so bad here. I mean, unless we flame the lost. Oh, never mind. We're gonna cold buy it anyway. Did we need to? Did we need to cold buy that Phimina? Because this Cartesia is channeling 1. I mean, I know that they can make a Secretarion, which doesn't care about branded lost. Maybe that's what we cared about. Maybe we really need this to resolve into Granguinol. Maybe. We're gonna Ghost Bell anyway. Okay, so we're gonna see the interaction anyway. I guess we could have flamed the cold buy if we really needed it. Secretarion. Yeah, so now, even though it's a branded lost window, Granguinol here won't trigger because of Secretarion. But discarding Tragedy is still okay. Okay, so here's the play. This is a don't click the glowing button moment. You can't activate this Tragedy. That would be a misplay. You gotta not trigger it. We gotta just search with Branded Lost for Shrouded. Shrouded send Branded Fusion, and then second effective Tragedy resets it. I understand that we're gonna lose to the traps anyway, but currently we don't have any other line. And we are triggering Tragedy though. Flaming Lost is better and shuffle back Phimina. Maybe. Maybe you're right about that. We added ad libitum. Okay. Now we're gonna send with Shrouded. Yeah, I mean I don't hate this play. My play was to reset Branded Fusion, but obviously it lost to Flame, so I don't hate them going for something else. Ooh. I mean, do we flame this? We're currently live. Yeah, ad libitum in the Big 26. I cannot believe we're on ad libitum, by the way, yeah? How many times? How many times? Like, how long is it going to be before we stop playing ad libitum? At this point, no one expects it, though, so maybe. Okay, we're also going to sting this, which is... Hold on. I just noticed we targeted tragedy, not even the Albaz. Okay. So, do we have another way to bait? Do we have, like, another way to force the flame? End phase? That's really unfortunate. You see what I mean, by the way, about how unreasonably good Secretarion is? Like, Draco Tail just so happens to be able to out it, which makes people overlook how dumb of a floodgate this is. Like, how stupid of a designed card this is. This is a silly floodgate. Like, a super silly floodgate. Other decks, like Branded, for example, that need spellcasters and dragons, get absolutely hosed by this. Like, think about what would have happened if we didn't have Secretarian. This would have been able to trigger. Okay, and I guess we would have had to. I guess we would have still worked because, depending on what we sent, we could have Stinged, interrupted it, and then Flame interrupted Branded in red anyway. But maybe there's a spell in the hand, right, that we didn't activate because it would just be flamed, you know? And now if we had that play, if we couldn't still activate the Grand Granol, we could have used that spell. It's a really good card. It's really good. Max C is a good start, though. Never mind, we're getting ashed. I love every card that prevents cards from activating. No, you don't. Oh no, I misread your message. You're saying it's a silly card. Yes, it is a very silly card. Secretarian is so dumb. I feel like this card is also kind of like Ripper, where it's immune to being banned, but it really should be banned. This really should be banned. This is one of the cards that we are not, as a community, mad enough about. We are not mad enough about Secretarion. Balanced just Chimera exists. Maybe we need to play Chimera again to out it. But I mean that doesn't change the fact that like what are you making Chimera with going second? Like Branded in red is the only card that could do it. Uh, sorry. It's balanced just by virtue of no one playing dragons. Branded in white? Yes, Branded in white makes Chimera too. Don't worry though, we'll just get Fallen the Virtuous and that outs it super easily. Apparently that's enough. You know, just a hard drawn out is enough to make Secretarion not good, apparently. Just play 3 Fallen the Virtuous. Damn. Okay, so Plum's losing with Branded. Apparently this was game 2 though, so we have a game 1 to watch. And then there's going to be a game 3, clearly, because Dracotel went first. So Dracotel clearly lost game 1. Which I don't think is going to be... No, I don't think that's a spoiler. So let's check that out real quick before we watch game 3. When do you think we're getting it? I was so disappointed when I saw the new pack. Yeah, so the new pack is Cool Tune, right? The new pack is cool. Oh my god, look at this. Okay, okay, I have I have some thoughts. Look at this going second. Phimina, Albaz, Cartesia, meaning you can turn 0 Mirror Jade. It's not that good, but you can. You can turn 0 Mirror Jade. We have a really good hand over here. This is what I was getting at earlier, by the way. Remember when I was talking about bricks and I was defining what a brick is? And I made Quam an example? This is exactly what I mean. You look at this hand, the Quem doesn't do anything on its own, but you can't call Quem a brick in this hand, right? You can't call Quem a brick here, because it's clearly helping. But this is a good hand. The way I would do this, I think I would have high spirits in the draw phase to play around draw. I think that's what I would have done. But let's see how Plums plays it. We're going to start with Quem. We're sending Cartesia. Okay, so another option was to send Mercuria, and then we can brand it in white to banish Mercuria. But let's see. Titaniclad. Titaniclad on turn 1 when we already have Quem potentially asking to be useless. But let's see. Also, getting Shrouded. I guess it's fine because we're about to revive Cartesia. Yeah, okay. I feel like this is slightly the wrong order. I feel like if I'm gonna high spirits for a draw, I would have drawn first and then non-ward my Quem. But it doesn't look like the opponent wants to play. Hold on. Why didn't we find Mina? When the opponent activates Branded Lost here, wouldn't we activate Femina in response to the Branded Lost? Right? You wouldn't wait for the resolution because they might on resolution Cartesia. But wouldn't you, in response to Branded Lost, make Femina, activate Femina, and then go Albion into Chaos, into Pop 2? Right? We could pop Quem and Lost, and that would be like relatively strong. I guess it's not that strong because Cartesia still chains, and then we still get the Branded Fusion. Maybe it's not a good play. But now we're going Lubellion. Discard the Golden Sword Soul. I'm gonna Cartesia, which is a pretty good Cartesia here. Because there's no Albion that we need to get into the graveyard. Wouldn't find Mina to Mirror Jade to Rinbrum revive Albaz be a good play here? That's not a possible play, no. You can't fuse into Mirror Jade and still have the Albaz in the graveyard. We got Mercuria here, so we can now negate Femina no matter what. And then it's just Sarnia into the other pair with Retribution. Now it's Branded Fusion. And here, yeah, you still go Albion. Depending on what you have in the extra deck, you maybe don't even activate this. Depends what you have in the extra deck. We are activating it. Is this a Furious? It's a Furious, right? So, if we have Furious, we activate it. Yeah, and that's just too much. That's too much. Crazy end board here. That was a pretty good board. Now, game 3. We're gonna have Branded going first because they lost to Secretarion in game 2. So let's see. I would really like to see Branded doing well. Starting with Gold Psych. This is a 45 card Branded deck, by the way. No! No, no, what happened? No, 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 what happened? What happened? What do you mean banish Albaz? Like, okay, either one of two things happened here. Either we drew the Mercuria and the Tragedy, or we jumped ahead, right? Right, like we misclicked. I guess we could have misclicked too. I was thinking we could have gone banish Merc, wanting to search Albaz, but then just banished Albaz by mistake. But that can't be it because if we didn't have a play, we would never have searched Albaz or wanted to. So it just has to be a misclick. Oh no. I mean, there's no way we drew both targets, right? Oh, and then we start our turn with a Firmino. Oh no. Fallen of Malice. Yeah. Vanish Albaz, pay 300, special summon. Yeah, I mean, drew both. Honestly, I get it, right? This is average 40 card branded hand. You draw Mercuria, you draw Lost, you draw White, you draw Tragedy. It's the average small branded deck hand. 60 cards would never. Unironically, I mean, I'm saying this as a joke, but it's honestly not even that much of a joke. This is why you play 60, unironically. You don't draw as many bricks. I think Draketel is just gonna run away with this now, though. Because even if you top deck a play, they're gonna have, like, the perfect counters, like Flame and Secretarion. And that's if they don't kill you this turn. Oh, 7 branded. Yeah, that's a branded fusion of their own. That's so taunting, man. That's so taunting. Resolve branded fusion against the branded player. Did they pop the monster? They did pop the monster. Which is honestly like a little cringe. But like, if you're gonna kill them, who cares? If you're gonna kill them, who cares? We even had a hand trap, but none of it stops this. None of it stops the lethal. Yeah. Oh, we have it. Hold on. Nah. I was gonna say we have a Sarania. Okay, first of all, there's so much going on here. So much going on here. If you draw Sarania, if you drew Sarania and Mercuria, I feel like you set Mercuria over Tragedy because nobody's gonna actually pop Tragedy. I know this player did, but realistically, no one's gonna do it. Instead, though, what you can do is banish Mercuria when they ban it when they walk over it with the Sarania, and then it's not just one attack negate, like with the Sarania block, but it's like 3 attack negates because you get search for Sword Soul, and then Sword Soul negates, and then Sword Soul also blocks. So like to survive, I would have set Mercuria, and that's so tragic that they just drew the Ghost Bell. Maybe we have a Golden Sword Soul as well. Do we? Oh. That's so sad. Branded in the big 26. Branded in the big 26. I had Magnamut too. Oh. I mean, yeah, you were playing around Nibiru though, right? By not summoning that many times. Like it genuinely, you didn't need to. You could have done it in the battle phase, I guess. Imagine if Goldsock wasn't a lure. We would have balled. Yeah. Unfortunate brick, but genuinely, this is why you play more cards. If you don't want a brick, play more cards. That's the branded logic right now. Anyway, I believe some players have now moved on to top 8. We have do we have a player that Okay, we have a player that unironically made it to top 8 without playing a game. We have somebody called ED Biscuit who I guess we'll watch now. They unironically got top 8 without playing a game. Just like me for real. This does only work in branded because it can make decent boards onto Maxi Fua. I mean other decks can make decent boards under Maxi Fua. But it only works in branded because branded is the only deck that wants to play that many bricks. Most other decks don't want to play that many bricks. It also works out because grass is like somewhat playable in branded. Anyway, let's watch Dracotel again and somebody we haven't seen called Biscuit. This is now top 8. Top 8 quarterfinals. Here we go. Gem Knights also play tons of bricks. Yeah, but Gem Knights don't have infinite starters. And no, they don't. Gem Knights also do not play tons of bricks. Not compared to Branded. That's an ostinato, by the way, and we have a Ghost Bell again. This player and the Ghost Bell is your best friend. I'm not human. Ghost Bell is your best friend. My bad, gang. I forgot to sign up. It's okay, Fonzie. Okay, so we're on actual Melodious over there. We have a Veiler for Songstress, or Refrain. We have a follow-up extender, and we... What do you mean we have a Firmino? What do you mean we had Bell, Veiler, Firmino? And Pan? And Pan. Okay, I mean, Gulam... There's no way Gulamel is the play here. There's no way Gulamel is the play here. I mean, I guess you want to pop Couplet, but... Yeah, I guess. I mean, the temptation for me to go Arthalion, add back Vela, and Firmina would have been way too high. I feel like Gulamel is almost asking to, like, somehow lose. But it's gonna resolve, and hopefully this doesn't backfire. No other extenders, and we have Ketu, so... Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is why you go Arthalion, right? Because imagine that these are just a couple of hand traps now, and we Ash or something against the Ketu. We might be in big trouble because we didn't add back our starters with Arthalion. But unfortunately resolved, so never punished. Normal Malulu. And it's resolving. Yeah, we can't lethal here, right? No, we can. We can. Rahu is just lethal. Yeah, I still think I would have played this differently. I think going Gulamel with with Firmina on the opponent's turn is always really weird. Like I think it's almost always wrong. Because getting the pop is like arguably not worth as much as just adding back your own resources. Because as long as you like set up something and disrupt them a little bit, Dracotail is like good at breaking a board, so adding back your own resources is just safer. Because if you commit things into a Gulamel and you only have like one or two starters, you are risking just losing to hand traps. But they didn't get punished this time, so game one goes to Dracotail. You can always sign up for the next one. Yeah, you can sign up for the next one. You can also sign up for the big one, the Mega Tournament on the 18th, which, if you guys don't know about, you should all sign up for. Mega Tournament with a $600 prize pool later this month. You should sign up for that. And also, I think after today is the last straw for me. I'm definitely gonna move away from star.gg. I'm gonna make my own website where it's easy to do tournaments. Super, super easy. Super, super easy. Okay. So we got Melodious going first again. With first movement solo, I think people should stop pretending that Dracotail is the super fair deck. It's not. Um, Dracotail is fair. It's just good, right? I think there's a difference between fair and good, because if you think about Dracotail, imagine Dracotail versus a 2029 deck. Okay, whatever power creep does in a few years, imagine playing Dracotail versus it. It probably can't do anything. And that's because it's fair. All of its interactions are fair. It's just really good because it's new. It's not really, um, it's not really like unfair, you know? It's just good. Like as soon as it gets power creeped a little bit, it's gonna be it's gonna be very obvious how fair it is, I think. The same is not true for a deck like, I don't know, Snake Eye or Gem Knight, which is unfair because it purposely like goes into floodgates and stuff, you know? Okay, we had Fimina again, by the way. And Urgula this time. Isn't it already pretty much gone on the OCG right now? I mean, I guess it's worth pointing out that Dracotail with the new branded, the new Albaz becomes a very different deck. I don't think it's anywhere nearly as fair because it adds in a new crazy one card combo now, which is the white Albaz. But yeah, I think it is gone in the OCG because of hits. Okay, so we're gonna pop the couplet again, this time with Urgula. Mm-hmm. We normal refrain after bouncing it back to the hand. And we special Sonata. Okay, do we have any other disruption here? Because this is like relatively okay. Oh, never mind. We Fuad. We're playing into the Fua now. I watched a bit of the guide today, and man, I want to play Branded so bad. You should. You should watch the guide, and you should play Branded. The value per card in Dracotel is insane compared to anything else. I think that's arguable because it's only valuable because each card is difficult to not resolve. Like Ketu Rahu Branded Fusion, only specific cards negate them. But if you want to talk about what they do like fully when it resolves, they're clearly worse than a lot of other cards. Like one Dormouse does way more than a Rahu or a Branded Fusion or a Snake Eye Ash or even an Engraver. So like it depends how you think of it. It's just a good deck right now. I think Dracotail currently without Albaz cards is very fair. It's just good. I wish Yu-Gi-Oh would be more like League of Legends, where you can play old stuff together with new, and you can always do well. I mean, you say that, but when that happens, people call it slop, right? When you pair an old deck with a bunch of new engines to just make it better, people call that slop, and they don't like it. And there is not humans, spirit animal, the ghost bell. I meant playing old decks which can compete with newer ones. Okay, yeah, I mean, I see what you mean, right? It's like League of Legends where your character, your champion, is always viable. You know, it might not be meta, but it's still always viable. I think you can't do that in a card game. You can't do that in a card game just because you have to sell new cards. So the only way to make an old deck viable is to print new cards for it. Like that's the only way that The company wants it to happen, and that's the only way that we can physically do it as well, right? Like you can't play an old deck just by building it differently. It can't compete unless it gets new cards. That's how we do it as well. Yeah, wait for legacy support, and that's how Konami wants it to be because that's what makes them money. You know, it is crazy though. Speaking of League of Legends, if anybody knows League of Legends, something that blows my mind is how League of Legends is one of the biggest games, most profitable games, and yet it's like a free to play game. The whole game is free to play. You can be like the world champion of League and never spend a penny on it. It blows my mind that the entire monetization of League of Legends is from cosmetics. It blows my mind how that's possible in League. And yet every other game, apparently it's not possible. Apparently they need to be greedy in other ways. I don't understand it, to be honest. Okay, so we've gone for sort of the Melodious wall here. Melodious popping off, yeah, under Fua. They popped off under Fua. But I see what we've done here, right? Melodious monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. Melodious monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or targeted by card effects. The only issue is there is a certain card called Melulu. Okay, yeah. There is a card called Melulu. Chaos is not going to do much right now, but the Melulu is important. This is going to negate, like, the Aria, probably. Yeah, see, we can't target them as cost, which is why we have to go after the scales. Free-to-play games, it's either cosmetics or gambling to be profitable. Yeah, it's either gacha packs with, like, the option to buy them, or it's cosmetics. And League of Legends doesn't even have gacha. Like, I understand why a gacha mechanic would make money. You know, like Zenless Zone Zero. I understand why that deck can make money. But I don't get how just skins that are relatively cheap, with no gambling, no in-game, like, competitive edge, I don't get how it pays for the game. I don't get how it's that much money. It blows my mind. Gunas, Flex. Is that really powerful enough? Like, is it powerful enough? The power of gooning. Um, you know what? You know what? You are right though. I don't know if anybody's noticed this with League of Legends. Um, has anybody noticed that there is power creep in League of Legends? There is power creep in how goonable the skins are. There's power creep in like the goonability of the skins, which is a crazy thing to have, but I swear it's real, right? I swear it's real. They just make the new skins more goonable, and then they sell more. Okay, Albion. Ah, no way, no way. This is the card of the tournament right now. The card of the tournament, Ghost Bell. Does this actually stop them? Because we Ketu'd. Okay, we still have Rahu, and we still have Fight Mina, so I guess we're still gonna kill them. Isn't it kind of the same thing as people buying max rarity decks? Yeah, but it's more understandable that people. Okay, max rarity decks. Max rarity doesn't pay the company though. That's just people throwing their money into the void for no justifiable reason. That doesn't pay the company. Konami doesn't make money when people buy a secondary market ultimate rare over a super. So like that doesn't really count. It's what people pay Konami that makes sense. That's where they get their profit from. But like with League of Legends, it's literally just the skin is revealing, and this will make me millions somehow. There is generally a big difference between Riot and Konami. This is communication. Riot always communicates nerfs buffs, while Konami just makes a cold ban list with no explanation. I think Konami could do better. They could, for sure. Riot are way worse than Konami in so many ways. Like, Riot's a great company, I think. Um, Vendors are the one profiting from max rarity. Yeah, yeah. Um, so that was a 2-0, right? That was Not Human winning 2-0 over Melodious. So unfortunate for Melodious. So that is one semi-finalist confirmed, a Draco Tail duelist. Let's now check out another top 8 game. We have um we there's another match, but we've seen these players before. Like we've watched Mule and HDS SNK before, but I guess we can watch it because this is top 8. The other top 8 matches are not ready yet. Okay, what do we have? Oh, right, of course. It's the Magnet Warrior deck going first again. Oh no. And we did hit one of our rocks, so... Wait, what? There's no shot. There's no shot Researcher hit one of the new Magnet Warrior cards is just a Fiendsmith combo? I guess that was kind of like not a hit then, right? This is not really a starter. And we're summoning Engraver. Right, because we're playing Necroquip. I guess we're not playing Lacrima? We just want to do the bare minimum to get nib protection. Ooh, we're going Azuna now, before Caesar hits the board. We have Ash. What do you mean? What do you mean the Turbo Slop deck goes first with Ash? Oh no. Oh no. Ash being called by the grave. Again. Ash try not to be toxic, challenge impossible. We just got drolled though. I also missed that. We saw Necroquip effect. Draw a card. Necroquip draw a card. Into pass? Okay, we don't have a play. It's just Caesar pass. Okay, hold. Vanquish Soul can win. Or maybe we did have a play, we just didn't play under draw. Imperm Raisin. Nothing to dodge. But we still have play here. We can still go... I mean, we can go Rock and add back, but... Caesar eventually checks Rock, right? We can't just add back. Okay, well, we're gonna go Typhon, yeah, fair enough. Typhon... Bounce the Caesar... Attack for 29. And now we have Rock Disruption by specialing Raisin. Assuming we have the attributes. Okay, I mean, Engrave is a little bit of follow-up, but probably not much. Probably not that much. Okay, Impalm again. I just noticed that was Impalm again on the second Izuna. And now we pop this. Okay, so now we just play Magnet Warriors. Overlay into Granite. Yeah, okay. Magnet Warriors. Ooh, we also have Impulse. That's gonna draw two. Do we find another hand trap though? Because if we don't, I feel like the Magnet Warrior combo is pretty explosive. Things are resolving. Things are resolving. Kind of criminal that Moon is not banned yet? No, Moon is cool. I think the ability to bridge into Fiendsmith should stay forever. I really like Fiendsmith. I don't think it's toxic at all. The only deck that makes me hate Fiendsmith is Gem Knight. I don't understand the Gem Knight deck. I don't know why that deck always manages to do a toxic thing, but every other deck just uses Fiendsmith for like the normal payoffs. But that deck specifically wants to go like Fiendsmith into Search a Floodgate into a Bow, into Special the Floodgate. Okay. Conduction Warrior Plasma Magnum. These cards are like these cards have the silliest names, for real. This guy, Sigma minus. You're a Sigma minus, but I'm a Sigma plus. I play Gem Knights, but I do not use any floodgates. The normal board wins 99% of games. You say that, but it's undeniably like standard, right? Like the Fiendsmith Gem Knight deck in almost all of its iterations has played a floodgate. And I just think it's weird because no other Fiendsmith deck does that. Like no other Fiendsmith deck does it that way. It's only the Gem Knight deck for some reason. You can win by playing Yu-Gi-Oh? You can, but like isn't that what if you're just gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh, wouldn't you play a different deck? Isn't the point of playing Fiendsmith Gem Knight because you do have the Floodgate win condition? I feel like that's the argument to play it at like a really high level. Fiendslop does summon Griffin? Does it? I mean, it doesn't. It can, but it doesn't. Like name another Fiendsmith deck that does that. I mean, I guess Magnet Warrior is a Fiendsmith deck now. And this deck is kinda toxic, but that's just because it's doing like slop. Read the Magnet Boss Monster. Yeah, I know this is a floodgate, but come on. This is hardly a floodgate. What is that? What is that? Flux o Ox Oxenfeld? What is this? Um Bounce Boy? If this guy's fusion summon special a rock from the hand or grave. Quick effect, target an earth control and one card returned to the hand. Hey, not a bad card. Not a bad card. I hope I face Magnets in semifinals rather than Vanquish Soul Canine. Well, you'll have to see who wins this match, because they are your opponent. The winner of this is your opponent. Magnet's doing like a lot right now. We can't make a Baron. We don't have the levels for it. I guess we do. Yeah, this is a Baron. Typhon is still on the board though, so we can't Baron immediately. We do have something. I wonder what we have. We can't have Nib because this deck doesn't play it, and Typhon's on the board. But what hand trap do we have? It has to be like a Borga or a Caesar Valius, right? Caesar right now would do nothing because there's not 3 attributes. Because everything else would have been used, right? Or maybe it's just Raisin first effect. Maybe it's Raisin first effect. I don't know if we used the second effect yet. I don't know if we used Raisin. Caesar can't activate. Yeah, right. So it might be Borga. Might just be Borga. Well, it doesn't matter now because Baron's online. So yeah, I don't know what they had. Okay, maybe it was just Holy Sue. It might have just been Holy Sue. This is probably getting Baron negated, if I had to guess. Yeah. And we still have a bounce now. Yeah, not to mention this board is just big and like hard to out because it's big with Vanquish Soul. I think Magnets are going to win this game. Also, I see you saying you hope you face Magnets in the top 4. If Magnets go first, I don't know if you really would prefer to play against them. I think you'd only prefer to play against them if they went second. That deck seems pretty damn good at going first. Yeah, and they scoop it up. I have hand traps. Yeah. Yeah, you do, but so is these opponents. But the Magnet deck has still been cooking. Adamancipator reskin. It's literally playing Adamancipator cards. It's playing the only good Adamancipator cards, which is Block Dragon and Researcher. Every other Adamancipator card is terrible. It's playing the good one. Okay, you know what? I think that was game. I think that was game, uh, 2. So let me check game 1 real quick. Okay, here's game 1. Magnet Warrior is the fakest deck ever. You think? You think Magnet Warrior is not good? None of the engine cards do the meaningful plays that lead to their busted end boards. Oh, this is a nice hand for going first. We got Purge Ash though. I don't know if this is a combo though. This is a good draw, right? This one? No, this one's not a particularly good draw. It's a brick. Yeah, I don't know if this is a starter. Yeah, none of these look like starters. So this looks like a bad hand. So I think this is just going to be make a board and win right now. Yeah, we purge this, but like, so what? So what? We need to draw a lot of cards to win. Like, like we need to top deck more than one card somehow. Yep, pretty good end board, pretty standard. And then this is a starter, I guess. Okay, so somewhat playable, maybe. If we just pop this card, what happens? I'm gonna look at their hand to banish a potential extender. Oh, that's pretty funny, actually. This is a mandatory effect. Oh. Yo, April, good to see you. Hope your Tony goes well. Thank you. Say hi. Thank you. And then call by Lupus. Sure. Why didn't we take Lupus? I guess I guess this is an extender. Yeah, okay. That was how game 1 went. I don't know why I keep watching game 2 before game 1. But that just means we have a game 3, so... Big, important game 3. Magnets are going to be going second again, so... Either Vanquish Soul or Magnets going into the top 4 to face Draco Tail. We got a turn 1 Fua. I don't know what deck we think Magnets is. I don't know what Magnets can do that plays into Fua on turn 0, but better safe than sorry, I guess. Lantern. Do we have Vanquish Soul? Because I believe this was the player that didn't play Saryuja. Oh, I missed the hand. I missed the hand. No one knows how magnets work? Some people know. I know Bronas knows how to play Magnet Warriors. It looks like we're just making full combo again, though. Which makes me think... Wait, hold on. No, we didn't have Vanquish Soul. Yeah, okay, so this is what happens when you cut Saryuja. And you don't draw Vanquish Soul. You just end on a Ripper, Forced Release, and Umbral Horror. Let's see if Magnets can break this. What do you need to stop in Magnet? I honestly don't know. I'm interested in learning the deck if it's not too expensive. But we'll see. I don't know anything about the deck yet, other than that it produces very sloppy boards. Okay, that's a good starter, right? This is the best card in the deck, right? This one. Plus minus. Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum plus minus. And he looks like a Lego toy for a 3-year-old. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. Yu-Gi-Oh! Look at this! What is that? That's a stick man. That's a stick man. Like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. We literally have furry agenda and then Stickman on the same game. Now say it 3 times faster. Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum plus minus. And we discarded Tellusion the Magnum Warrior with the effect of Epsilon the Magnum Warrior. Okay, I haven't actually paid attention. Did we win yet? Did we push through the board? We've used Masquerade. We can go into Fiendsmith, right? There's no locks on these cards. What is that? Huh? Huh? You can discard this card, add 1 bonding spell trap from deck to the hand. If this card is normal special summon, target a Hydrogeddon, Oxygeddon, or Deuterion in your graveyard. Special summon it. Look, this is a Hydrogeddon card. This is Water Dragon, right? This is like a bonding H2O. What? 2006 Ask card. Okay, this card is new. Like within the last few years. This is not actually one of the old ones, but we're gonna negate it apparently. The searcher for the searcher. Okay, okay, so is it Is it that this card was just worded in a weird way so that any new card that says the word bonding in it, it just so happens to be like a target? We're not actually playing the water dragon cards. Okay, we're going Ripper. I mean Werewolf with Ripper. Pop one of those to prevent, I guess, Fiendsmith? Or whatever. Why did we pop this random card? If we wanted to prevent Fiendsmith, we would have popped Closed Heaven. Did that guy play magnets at some point in the anime? I don't think so. I think Magnet Warriors are a DM thing, right? They're just the vanillas. Like these Magnet Warriors are on like their third retrain at this point. Okay, we have Azuna, so we have more disruption here. The fact that we didn't reveal this card and then fusion summon means that we must not have any more magnets in the hand. What do you think about the next pack? We're going battle phase here, by the way. What do you mean we're going? What do you mean we're going battle phase? Oh, right, this is big. I'm gonna force Lupus. I think the new pack is like whatever. I'm pretty sure we got announced some of the Cool Tune cards, but we don't know for sure if we're getting all the Cool Tune cards. I would imagine not, but if we do get all the Cool Tune cards, that's like a meta deck. But without all of them, I think it's like kind of a mid deck, right? It's like kind of whatever. But I've heard that Cool Tune is annoying. I've heard it's a very annoying deck to play against. Semi-meta? Yeah, like a tier 2 deck. Probably won't get Rotary. Yeah, I don't know the difference between full power and not full power. Like, I think it's annoying because they have like a extra deck rip. They have like a hand rip. Like a deck stacking thing. So like, it's kind of annoying. It's like Cash Tier Unicorn. You know? Leave the deck stacking to spirals. I used to love that. Oh, hold on. We have an engraver in the hand. Wait, we were... No, we have an engraver in that. No, no, Rip Engraver. Rip Engraver. We could have popped off with Engraver, right? Why did we not extend? Why did we not extend? I don't get it. Wait, wait, hold on. We can still make Engraver. Like, we can still do Fiendsmith, right? We play two Engraver or just one? Oh, maybe that's why we didn't activate Engraver. Because we don't play Tracked. Maybe we're just on the one to summon into, Necroequip. We're linking off though into IP. So I don't think we have more than one Beansmith in the deck. Yeah, Necroequip and no link 2 means that we're probably just playing the one main deck engraver, which makes it a brick. We are able to link though. I mean link further. So we did summon Delusion. Target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Okay, so genuinely like a couple of disruptions here. But here's Snow Devil. Wait, wait. Snow Devil with 2. We didn't. Okay, so turn 1, I was like, we didn't draw any Vanquish Soul cards. Yeah, okay, we did. We drew 3 Vanquish Soul cards. They were Snow Devil, Caesar, and Borga. Yeah, okay. Um, wait, why did we even activate this? Now that I think about it. Just to inflict damage? We just let this card pop. Um, hold? Okay. Why did we go after the Ripper, though? And not the Umbral Horror? I mean, it also summons Caesar, right? The reveal 1 summons Caesar. Why didn't we kill this, though? Because this checks IP. It will get destroyed? No, it won't. No, it won't, guys. Oh. Oh, it dies to Nash. Right. I always forget. I always forget that this card dies in the end phase because when I play against this deck, I either OTK them or I use all of my resources and I lose before. I forgot that it died. So fair play. SNK is smarter than me. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. We're actually winning with this. This card is crazy. Like, look, this is a free pop. Wait. Wait. What just happened? No. No. There's no way, right? There's no way, right? There's no way. Oh my god, no. So you can choose to take control. It's not mandatory. So you could have not taken control, which means it would have been destroyed. But if you do take control, it still works. Oh, that's so nasty. It's like the Albaz ruling, right? It's the Albaz ruling when you normal an Albaz and the Orcust opponent is like, let me steal that Albaz. And then it resolves and then you fuse away anyway. Oh no. Our top deck was Shifter, by the way. Ah, but that's Holy Sue. But that's Holy Sue. Is it because he didn't control it on the chain? No, it's just because changing control is the same card. It's like it's treated as the same card. So when Borga says return it to the hand, it doesn't matter what side of the field it's on. The Borga just still resolves and returns it to the hand. So it's like it's the same card on either side of the field. That was a really good top deck. We unfortunately can't summon though, because we don't have a fire. We do get to... Okay, yeah, we get to IP. If we IP with the 1800 guy, then the SP is bigger, so they take control of this guy. And then we get to SP still. We're banishing Heavy Borga, which is... It's got to be the wrong target, right? That's got to be the wrong target. Well, no, I guess that's the right target. Because if they chain Caesar to bounce it, to save it, then they don't get to bounce Holy Sue. Oh, wait, no. We should have targeted Holy Sue, right? No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It barely matters. We just use the second effect on SP to target one of the 5s to prevent a rank 5. That's the best we can do. Isn't this just lethal though? Like, we're only on 3k. We're only on 3k. Okay, maybe it's not lethal. Lupus in defense position is weird. Why is it in defense position? We're gonna tribute summon another Holy Sue. I mean, the first Holy Sue. But again, this is banished forever. Um, yeah, I think we had to get rid of Holy Sue, right? Because it's the only way to prevent the 5. Hound? What do you mean Hound? What do you mean by Hound? Um, okay, this can't be destroyed by battle, apparently. Wait, what? Huh? While you control an Earth monster, your opponent's monsters that can attack must attack Earth monsters. Okay. Okay, so SP is saved. What is this? Vanquish Soul Rocks. Okay, that's not what I expected. Destroy one card your opponent controls, but this is made with IP. Oh no. And then rock anyway, like fair enough. Um Add back Caesar. I mean the Holy Sue is under the Hound. Wake up honey, new 25-hour branded tutorial just dropped. I know, I was the one who dropped it. Trust me, I woke up. I slept a long time last night and throughout today. After my 24-hour stream, I rested a lot. I had a lot of EP sleepy. Zeus! Okay. Zeus. Read Magnet second effect. But this one, I read it. I read it already. Okay, so Zeus is like relatively okay, right? What is this mystery back row, by the way? Is this case forced release? Is this forced release set? I think it is. Okay, big Magnet Warrior. This game is quite the banger, I have to say. This game is quite on a knife's edge, I think. Um, Untargetable Zeus. It is an untargetable Zeus. Even when we activate it, we can keep the lupus attached. But how good is that? How good is that? Because if we Zeus, we do wipe our back row and our rock, and SP can technically always like save our resources from the Magnet Warrior side. So I wouldn't be feeling safe right now if I was Vanquish Soul. We made Fancy Ball. Okay, well that checks Zeus. Fancy Ball checks Zeus. So if we can keep playing now, that's like cooking. We're activating Rock, I guess, to try and bait Fancy Ball, but I don't think we're gonna fall for that. We added back Rocks to the extra deck. There's no way. Yeah, imagine negating and destroying an effect to add back Rocks to the extra deck. That would be a misplay of all time. Okay, big fusion hits the board. I think we should be able to like go off to the races now, right? We should just like pop off. We know that the hand is Caesar and Shifter, so like there's nothing to respect. We've checked Zeus. We just need to put lethal on the board. When are you gonna do another tournament? We're doing the tournament right now, Fernsey. We do these every month. First Friday of every month is Super Cuties Monthly. Plus my big mega tournament on the 18th, right? Um, on the 18th we're doing our big $600 tournament. So you can sign up for that one if you want. Magnet Bonding. Yeah, this is the card that the Bastion card searches. The Deuterion, right? Is that what it's called? Duoterion. Okay. You can lupus into Typhon? You know what? You're right. We can still go Zeus, detach the lupus. They're forced to Fancy Ball to banish the Zeus. Then the lupus comes back. It's the biggest monster, and we can Typhon over it. Yeah, we know that they're on Typhon because we saw it last game. Do they see the line though? Okay, oh my god, so many big monsters are hitting the board. I don't think Typhon's gonna save us. The the battle phase has been reached. Yeah, okay, so this is what I was thinking, right? They're dead either way. I don't know if they're dead either way. Because in the main phase we go Zeus effect. Yeah, no, they're dead. They're dead either way. They are dead either way. No, they're not dead either way. They're actually not. They're not. In end of the main phase, you go activate Zeus. He has the pop guy. Yeah, I suppose. This thing pops. Yeah, no, fair enough. This pops, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This thing is really good. This is really good. When a card effect is activated, target a monster and pop it. That's really good. And then, yeah, the Fancy Ball checks the Zeus. And it was smart of them to put lethal on the board even if we don't activate Zeus. So even if we just let Zeus get attacked over, the Fancy Ball plus these three bodies would be lethal. So it's lethal either way. GG. Magnets looking strong. Like Vanquish Soul Canine, one of the best decks right now, and it was kind of popping off this tournament. But Magnus was popping off even more. I'm scared. You should be. You should be. Those Magnet Warriors look pretty terrifying, not gonna lie. Okay, so that was top 8. I think all of our top 8 matches should be about done now. No, actually, one of them is still ongoing. But we can move on now to the top 4. We do have the other side of the bracket, which we've not really looked at too much, but it'll be a nice surprise. I'm gonna watch both top 4 matches before finals, of course. Um, but yeah, we can go straight on to Magnet Warriors again versus Draco Tail whenever they're ready. This is currently a top 8 match, so let's just watch what's going on here real quick. Natbeast and Fiendsmith is kind of OP. Okay, but Natbeast didn't do anything that match, and Fiendsmith was like very, very nothing that match. Like that match was won entirely by Magnet Warrior cards, you know, which is impressive. That was won entirely by Magnet Warrior cards. Ah, Holy Sue reveal Ash every time. Ash is Uno. Yep. Fiendsmith was a dead card in hand. Yeah. So it. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. What? There's no way. Did we start Stake Your Soul reveal Ash? Okay, we did. Okay, so we held the Maxi, tried to get them to use the Ash on Izuna, and then hit him with the Maxi. Why did we chain though? I guess they were gonna maybe make Ripper, yeah, so we had to do it. Do we know if the player was on Cock Dragon? Do you mean Block Dragon? Because yes, they were playing Block Dragon. Okay, we are playing into the Maxi for one draw for Ripper, which is well worth it. And then we just pass. You know, I mean, this is still a crazy setup, right? The Ripper plus the spell, and then Holy Sue. That's all you need. Not gonna lie, I super like Magnet Warrior gameplay, but the card art is really mid. I like robots, but these ones look very midding. Um, yeah, they look like a Lego toy for a 3-year-old. This is a Vanquish Soul Canine mirror, by the way, so there will be another Vanquish Soul Canine in the tournament after this match, no matter what. They are the GoBot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what GoBot is. I don't know what GoBot is, Catboy. Anyway, we ready yet? Not Human and Magnet Warriors should be ready to go. Here we go. Top four. Top four time. Is there any mods in chat that want to do like predictions? Who's gonna win? That would be, yeah, that would be cool. I don't know if we have any. Mod check. Um, have Magnet Warriors gone first every time? We've gone first again. The slop deck going first again? Oh no. Not Human is about to eat his words. He was on record saying I'd rather go versus the Magnet Warriors. Oh no. You need more mods, not gonna lie. Yeah, I do. I do need more mods. I don't know what an appropriate amount of mods is. I have like three. I have like three mods. I assume this is a one card combo. This is definitely a one card combo, right? The circular for two is definitely a one card combo. We're gonna Veiler this. That doesn't seem like the most impactful thing ever. Unless we have the Femina, which we love drawing. Smart thing would be to have a mod in each region. For each time zone, potentially. Potentially, yeah. Okay, overlay into granite. Do we have another hand trap for the granite? We do not. And that's Block Dragon, so... Ooh, that's a good one though. That's kind of a hand trap for block. I was literally about to say, once Block Dragon gets into the game, it's really hard to hand trap, but Droll is like the one that does it. Normal summon into Moon. Okay, this is gonna work through Droll, of course. I love when the deck slops for 5 minutes and end with normal summon barrier statue. I mean, what deck does that? The only deck that does that... Oh, we have an Ash! Triple hand trap. Okay, this person is clearly just filled in the blanks that they lost on the ban list with hand traps. And it's enough. The 5-card hand cannot play through Droll. But can we play? Do we have Draco Tail Engine? We do. We have a Malulu. Some Magnet Warrior lists play Barrier Statue. Right, because it's a secondary target for Gallant Granite. So if you can already play, you can use your Granite as just like a sloppy endboard piece to get a Floodgate. I guess that's the idea. I mean, does that deck need any more sloppy endboard pieces? They already have Baron, Elf, Caesar, like IP. I love it when my brand new deck ends on Baron, Elf, IP, and a Floodgate. I love it. We just added back. We just added back Albaz. That means we have a branded fusion, right? Adding back Albaz over Ash or Vela or Droll. We gotta have a branded fusion, right? And there's a Droll, but that's not gonna help. Yeah, there's branded fusion, of course. And it looks like it's resolving. Add them in the opponent's turn? Yes, we can. Um, what do you mean? What do you mean by Sanctifier? Excuse me? What do you mean by Sanctifier? Do we have like a Magnamut in hand? Because we've only summoned twice. This is the third summon. We could have just gone Albion into Sanctifier or Albion into Secretarion, and it would have been lethal. But I guess we're gonna go through Rahu for what it's worth. Yeah, get two names just... They probably don't run it. You definitely run Albion. You definitely run Albion. But this is fine. Honestly, this is actually better. With the name in the hand, it means that it's safer because it's still lethal under 4 summons or under 5 summons. But you still have like this is still a good card, right? Whereas if you banished your Albion with sorry, if you banished Albaz with Albion, you would have lost like disruption, right? If you somehow don't win because of some battle phase trick. So yeah. Yeah, this is correct. Even if Fallen the Virtuous is not out yet? Yeah, of course you play Albion. Because it's one of your targets to fuse into, right? Started the 30-hour branded guide vid. It's not 30 hours. It's not 30 hours, Wahabi. It's 25. It's not it's not 30. Come on, who do you think I am? I'm not a monster. I'm a villain, not a monster. Okay, Dracotel up 1 game. Even though Magnus went first. 3 hand traps, including a droll, was enough. Who would have thought? So, let's try it again. Technically it's over 40? Yeah, if you count part 1 it is. Okay, boom. That's a starter, and that's a Velo. That doesn't look good, because I don't know if you start with this one, like, super often. No, the Magnus can't play! Okay, so Dracotel really, really head in this match now. No, rip Magnets. Lucius. No. It takes me extra 5 hours to learn because I'm slow. That's okay, Wahabi. Okay, we're gonna imp on Lucius. Even if they don't have any plays, it's still bigger than the beta. Actually, wait, this does do a play, right? During the opponent's turn, special on a level 4 Magnum. This is a quick effect. Wait, why didn't they use it? Huh? Why didn't they use it? There's definitely... Don't tell me there's not a target for this. There's definitely a target for this. What do you mean? Of course there's a target. Why didn't we use this? I'm confused. I am confused. But okay, it's been destroyed. Yeah, beta's a pretty old card. That's why it doesn't say it like normally. Like I think this was printed during the era where Quick Effect wasn't even like on cards. Like, does anybody remember? Before Quick Effect was printed, it used to say during either player's turn. That was the clause that let you knew it was a Quick Effect. Like like it didn't even like specify that it's quick. It just said during either player's turn, and you just had to know that that meant Quick Effect. We're playing though now. So Breath of Fresh Air, or Breath of Life, I should say, from for the Magnet Warriors. It was looking pretty dicey for them. They almost got cooked. Rock Slot. It is Rock Slot. I might play Magnet Warriors, Brad. I genuinely might. It is looking cool. There's something about making Caesar and then going like Notoria Beast and Elf and Baron. There's something that just seems really cool. So I really want to try it. We're gonna flame. This is a flame with no draw, but we're gonna ash it anyway. You can still ash flame even when there's no card to shuffle back. So bonding resolves. GG. I mean, you say GG, but if we didn't play last turn through Impelm on Lucius, these cards must be there is a trap. Oh, there's a horn. Right. I thought this was an Impelm. I thought this was an Impelm for some reason. These must be hand traps, right? In the hand. These have to be some sort of hand traps. Props Dracotel names? Yeah. So this is like the other thing that Dracotel has now, even more than it used to. I feel like most players are on like triple Urgula, maybe even double or triple Pan. So there's a lot of potential bricks now that don't do anything. This could be double Urgula or Urgula Pan. But of course not. Of course it's actually Nibiru. Never mind. Ah, and that's Maxi. Um, okay. How good is this deck through Nibiru right now? Does any of this stuff in the graveyard care about being in the graveyard? We did draw two. That's probably a better Maxi than if you held it, because Dracotel doesn't play into Maxi very often. What? Oh, right, okay. So this card was always going to come back through Nib, but there's no extender. Okay, well if we want to, we can walk over this to get through the disruption if we really want to. It looks like that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to activate it and then get back some follow-up. Dracotel really needs to withdraw on a play right now. They really need to have a play right now. Because, I mean, even just the token is going to be pretty damn powerful next turn. Top deck Ketu, we can only hope. Magnet Warrior can place Dunib. The new Magnet banishes mats from the grave, and Magnet Bonding can also fuse mats from grave. Yeah, we just saw them play a little bit through Nib. They still summoned out the guy, but they just didn't have anything past that. Conda time? Yeah, it's Anaconda time. Conda. Did we draw any hand traps here? Because... No, resolving? Resolving? So, I imagine we're gonna make Sanctify here. Oh, it's Albaz in the hand. Wait, that's cringe. Wait, that's really cringe. Because, okay, there's a big problem here. I I feel like this is an Ash, right? If we drew two cards that weren't extenders, I don't know why, I feel like we might have drawn another Ash. And then we're gonna Ash Sting, and that's gonna mean we don't have a discard for Albaz. I guess we could play around that by summoning Lucius. We could. Okay, we're gonna Sting immediately. Is there a card that we need to get rid of immediately? Like this, yeah. Yeah, this is an inherent summon, so we have to get rid of that immediately. And of course, you banish the spell as well, just because you might as well. Okay, so we do get a draw, which means the Mirror Jade is on the table, like as an option. But depends what magnets do here. They could force the Mirror Jade immediately. Maxi. I mean, you could theoretically win with just Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is a powerful card, right? You can theoretically win with just the Mirror Jade. Okay, we're gonna force it. We're gonna force it. So if we play Albion, which we do, I'm pretty sure we play Albion. We can fuse with the token. And we really want to fuse with the token, otherwise the token just forces the Mirror Jade that we make. And I guess we give them something random, like Ua. I was surprised to see a 25-hour guide on my branded today on my YouTube. You're welcome, Odd. Hope you enjoy the big guide. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and join the channel membership. Thank you. Thank you, Odd. Oh, we drew Ash. We actually drew Ash. That's kind of sad. We have to discard that. Oh, see, we do play Albion. I told you. Now we make Mirror Jade. In fact, do we even make Mirror Jade? Yeah, we make Mirror Jade. Okay, Mirror Jade in a dream. One big banish versus 3 cards in hand. Does he have a target? Yes. They play Lubellion. They play Rinbrum, they play Lubellion. Fiendsmith? I guess Fiendsmith forces it. You go into Moon, into Engraver, Requiem equip, and then try to send it. So it does force it. Depends what we have in the hand, though. There's no guaranteed extender in the hand, right? Looking at the graveyard, nothing is a guaranteed play, right? So, depends what we have in the hand. If they send it, they lose, because Mirror Jade nukes and no battle phase. Yes. Yes. So this is like a classic branded Fiendsmith interaction. What you can do is actually let them send the Mirror Jade and just chain to banish it so that they don't get the value, but you still lose the Mirror Jade just to trigger the graveyard effect. This is a nice little trick. Because what you do, right, is you don't banish it now, you don't banish it when they try to equip. You banish it when they try to send, because you're basically forcing them to commit to it now, right? If they want to play around the graveyard effect, then they don't even send at this point, in which case you get to save your banish for like a real card. Whereas if you just banish now, before it sends, which sounds like the intuitive way to do it, but it's not. If you banish now, then the opponent can use the rest of their engine uninterrupted to figure out how to out Mirror Jade without sending it to the graveyard, right? So that's that's a neat little interaction. Um, or they can kill you. That's the other outcome, right? They just out Mirror Jade and then kill you because it's main phase 1. But in this case, they can't because it's main phase 2. We're not doing that though. We equipped this, but nothing happened. We just we just okay. We want SP. Why are we going SP? Okay, SP doesn't feel like the right play here. Yeah, you play around SP now by not activating, because they would just dodge and then you'd banish your own card. Now we play magnets. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, this should be pretty good, right? Could have sent Albion, no more Albaz in deck for Brafu. Yeah. I think what you were supposed to do is use the engraver. I think you're supposed to use the engraver, send away the Mirror Jade, and if they don't banish, which they will banish if you send the Mirror Jade. But like you can do both, right? You could have engraved the Albion perhaps and then gone into Mirror Jade. Oh sorry, gone into SB to banish Mirror Jade. Um it's not that big of a difference though. Um how do we deal with the end phase effect? How do we deal with it? What's the plan? Is it like end on block dragon so that our things can't die? Is that the win condition? I know block dragon protects things from being destroyed, so we could play like that. Okay. Ignis the Dragon would be crazy. Can you imagine Ignis the Dragon? Yeah. I mean, it is a rank 4. They could have just made it. This is gonna be Block Dragon now. Stop telling them what to do? No. We're not telling them what to do. We're telling them what they can do. We're telling chat what's possible. We can't make a Baron yet. We don't have the levels for it. Also, in regards to me being a coach, I am frequently wrong. I am frequently suggesting silly plays that turn out to be terrible, and the players do something better than me, like all the time. So, I don't think it's problematic. We whiffed on a researcher. Wait, we hit 3 rocks, but none of them were small enough. Oh no. Um, why didn't we search Block Dragon, by the way? Why didn't Granite add Block Dragon? Why didn't we add block? Huh? Excuse me? Also, hi, Brad. Thank you for gifting 20. Oh my god. Brad. Brad, thank you. You're so generous. We're one sub away from the sub goal that I just made this morning. Thank you, Brad. I am really surprised we didn't search block. Right? We grabbed a researcher, but not block. I mean, block just grabs researcher eventually, right? Block is researcher with extra stabs? I don't know. I'm not the Magnet Warrior expert. Maybe it had something to do with linking off problems, because we don't have a zone here. Oh no, we pass on this? This is gonna get wiped. No, the board! No! No, the board! The board is gone. No. I mean, we don't even need to draw anything here, right? Sanctifier is just alright. But that's Ketu Draco Tail. Ah! Okay, I mean, we had Sanctifier as like an option. Like, this is a play, right? On the opponent's turn, we Frixel into Malulu, Frixel into Lucius, into Firmino. That was already a play if we didn't top deck something. Why do you want the white Albaz? Whenever we get the new white Albaz, I am saving so many gems. I'm putting so much money into getting those royals. I need that royal new branded deck. We need it. That's what the sub goal is. Yeah, so we just grab a Malulu, which just gives us like an extra play now. Like Sanctifier is gonna be able to put a monster in our hand. But Magnet Warrior, they live again. I feel like they're the main character. Like, so much unfortunate stuff has been happening to this Magnet Warrior player. But they've held on every time. They found a way to come back every time. Are they gonna do it again? Are they gonna do it again? Okay, Engraver follow-up. Gift more subs to support her gambling habits. I do not have gambling habits. I do not. I gamble responsibly for content. Okay, we're gonna Sanctifier. Is this... Okay, yeah, this is always something, like, with Sanctifier, that is always really awkward. Whenever you're playing against a deck that generically likes bodies, like links, you know, any link deck, basically, you always feel bad about putting a body on their board because, like, a link deck can use any body, you know? So sometimes in those situations, you, like, target something that's reviving itself out of the graveyard with the Sanctifier target, so that you're basically, like, cheating it, right? So that you're putting it on their board, but it's their own effect anyway. Oh, we have Ash. Okay, Ash for Lucius does deny the Firmino. We still have Malulu. We do still have Malulu. Could have stolen the Naturia Beast. True. We could have taken the Naturia Beast. That would have been really funny. I don't think it would have been good because I don't think Magnet Warrior is a very spell-heavy deck. I don't think it's a very spell-heavy deck. So I'm going into Requiem though. I don't think this Fiendsmith does much because we've already been through Necroquip. Normal Droll. Does this even do anything? We've been through SP. Apparently we can make something. Sequence? There's no way we play Sequence after all this time, right? It's just Moon. It's just Moon for no reason. Yeah. It's... Wait. Wait. Moon effect? We're just trying to bait it, right? I don't think we have anything. I think we're just making plays now because we can. Apparently it... Huh? Huh? What do you mean it forced the Malulu? I mean, okay, it barely matters because... Yeah, it barely matters, right? Because we're not gonna bounce Malulu. We're not gonna bounce close heaven. There's no chance, right? We have hand traps in the graveyard. Nib, Vela, Ash. I guess we're doing this. Yeah, sure. It probably checks whatever the last card is. Yeah, and they scoop it up. Unfortunate. It was a really, really good run from Magnet Warrior. That was very, very impressive. The deck definitely impressed me. But unfortunately, they did not have it this time. Good try, though. That is our first finalist, Draco Tail. Now, let's take a look at our other top 4 result. Okay. We have... Let me go watch these matches, actually, because the other top match is over. So, boom, big orange. Rock Slop being impressive. Yeah, I'm impressed by the Rock Slop. So here's our other top 4 match real quick before we get into the finals. I don't like Magnet Warriors, they lack toes. Oh, you know what, Catboy? You just reminded me. Ew, Shifter. Oh, but it's a mirror match. Right, so it doesn't really matter. Noroi into... Yeah, okay, why? Yeah, we haven't activated anything yet, so we can't Azuna. And we're not gonna Ash because we don't want them to get the free spell. Okay, we're gonna shift like... No, we're probably not gonna shift her at all, because we probably know what we're up against. So we probably just don't shift her. You reminded me, Catboy, by saying toes. Does chat remember when we did the sub goal for feet artwork? For April feet artwork? And Catboy and Brad conspired together to produce the request the feet artwork. Do you remember? Well, it's ready. It's finally ready. I will present to you the feet artwork at the end of the stream, okay? And I'll post it in the Discord. It's finally ready. Meanwhile, full combo from Vanquish Soul Canine. How reasonable is it to break the board in the mirror match? I feel like it's probably not that reasonable. We're going Valen. Yeah, so feet artwork is coming. Normal summon Raisin. Going to Werewolf, pop Raisin. Okay. I guess that makes a lot of sense. You take away the second effect, you take away the ability to link. Talent can be pretty huge. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm seeing the talents and I'm thinking... Never mind. I'm thinking talents is not being used this turn. Then we flip. Flip's pretty strong. Reveal double fire. But we do remove the body again, so it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Do we wait for you or the final, or we can start? I think you can start. I think you can start. I will no doubt catch up because yeah, I mean I just will, right? The games take longer than the replays. So this time we got Spartan going first, and we're getting Fuward. But Fuward is not the craziest in this matchup. He even turns on our Azuna, plus Lupus in the hand, plus double Holy Sue. Oh my god. You can't reveal Holy Sue for Holy Sue, right? Yes, you can. You can reveal Holy Sue. This is a pretty solid hand. I mean, it's not amazing, actually. I'm gonna Holy Sue. If we want to summon from the deck, we need a fire, and we don't have that. And we do negate Izuna. Yeah. Okay. So this board doesn't have a lot. It's basically Forced Release and a Steal. That's all we have. And an Izuna, I guess. We do have Izuna. And Magnemite, for what it's worth. Okay, so we steal their Holy Sue. Then we're gonna... Okay, I like this. Force Release to pop Case is pretty smart. Going into Jax instead of Werewolf. Okay, fair enough. We want to remove a 5 body from the board. Makes a lot of sense. We do know that there's an Izuna, though. Which can be normal summoned. But we're gonna normal summon Mad Love instead. Into Rock. Special Raisin in the column. Yeah, I mean... Is anyone else, like, super bored of Vanquish Soul Canine? It's like one of the newest decks in the meta, but I'm already super over it. I'm super over this Vanquish Soul deck. Like, Dracotel has been in the game 3 times as long, and it's still infinitely more interesting, you know? The Vanquish Soul deck is like, a sleeper. But that is going to be... We didn't see much of Malefic Fox and Spartan, but Malefic Fox is our 2-0 semi-final winner. Meaning they are our winner of the semi-finals, moving on into the finals. Got Malefic Fox versus Not Human. That's Vanquish Soul versus Draco Tail. Big finals coming up. No mods in the chat for a prediction. Rip me, I guess. Big finals, though. Okay, here we go. That's a Fua, but Fua's not actually, like, game-losing for any of these decks. Like, Dracotel is fine into it. Vanquish Soul's fine into it. Normal summon Lucius. At least they tickled VSK9 with the limit. Yeah. I'm glad that they had that limit lined up before the Duelist Cup, because then it got hit even though it didn't, you know, perform that well. Yeah, look at this. So 1 draw for the Fua, just a replacement draw. But we get to trigger 3 names. 3 names for all 3 traps if we want to. We could even skip on Rahu. And just not have Gulamel. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. All 3 traps plus Urgula add back Firmina. I mean, we don't, not even Urgula, just add back Firmina. With Arthalion. Ooh, but end of the main is Zuna. That's pretty good in the matchup. So, I don't know if we're on Tiras or not. But Tiras is famously super good at this. Breaking the Vanquish Soul, the Dracotel board. No, it's Ripper. Okay. And then we use this to add back Lucius. Sure. Ripper. How do I feel about Ripper as the card that we made? Against Vanquish Soul, do you just save Firmina in case Izuna? I think if you know you're against Vanquish Soul, you can do something better. Like, you can hold a way to fuse until the end of the main phase, see if they have it, and then if they have it, you can do something to, like, deal with it. Like a Rahu, potentially. You can't not activate Firmina, though, because remember, it's also graveyard effects. And you have to trigger a graveyard effect, otherwise you're not playing Dracotail. We're gonna add a Force Release, though. That's a good way to, like, Force Flame or something. We're not Flaming Case, which is interesting. feel like not flaming case is interesting. We're definitely flaming. We're not flaming this? We're not flaming Rota? Yeah, we're gonna rip her. And we're gonna veil it. Oh, I see. We're gonna veil this, we're gonna force release, and then we're gonna flame force release. Boom. Big chain. Into Ash. Oh my god. Okay, that's huge. Chainlink 7 Ash. Okay, yeah, Chainlink 8. Sting. I don't. Wait, we can chain the Ripper, the Lupus. Sorry, because. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is not. I promise you, this is not chain for the sake of chain. This is still like correct, right? This is not just chain for the sake of chain. Chainlink 10 horn. It's because we have a non-target pop, so we have to, right? We had to flip our sting. Um, the thing is, we didn't. Okay, we didn't have to flip sting, but once we flipped the sting, and then the opponent went chain lupus, we then had to use horn, because then we would lose out on our horn draw, because the force release would just pop horn. So I think what we should have done is let the chain resolve after the Ash on Flame, because they can only pop one of Sting or Horn. So we should have just let them pop the other one so that we can still recycle the traps and use the Sting at an actual appropriate time, like in response to Lupus. You know? Or if it was Horn that they left on the board, then we could use the Horn at an appropriate time. I don't think we should have chained both of them, but once we did chain the Sting, then we had to chain the Horn too. Big chain coming in. Bounce, shuffle, draw. Lupus, boom onto the board. Sting negated. Flame negated. Force release, dodge the Veiler into Werewolf. We're gonna pop something for the sake of it. Veiler fizzles. Ripper negates Flymina. Flymina doesn't resolve, and Rhoda searches the best card in the deck. Scratch that. Scratch that. It searches Rescue Ace Impulse. Which means we already have Raisin. And that's GG. GG. Good game. Crazy chain. Crazy chain. Yeah, I'd scoop two. I would scoop two after that. The opponent just negates your whole deck in one chain. Damn. Game two then. So Dracotel is down one game. Gotta make a comeback here. We do get to go first again. That's definitely a clip, Drake. That's definitely a clip, by the way. We have Flymina start, okay. Ooh, fusing a stupid name plus a hand trap doesn't spark joy. That does not spark joy, but it functions. It does function. It's technically full combo. Setting Rahu. Rahu is an interesting one to set here, but you kind of have to. Yeah, you kind of have to. If you want to make Verte, you're gonna have to normal summon something random, because if you set Ketu, it doesn't fuse. Right? You can't fuse without monsters on the opponent's board. And if we go normal summon Malulu and fuse, we're obviously locked out of Verte. And if we normal summon Lucius, we can't Flymina again. Okay, so it's Ash. Oh no. Oh no. I was gonna say it's either Rahu and just give up on Verte, or we normal summon that Veiler and try to make Verte. We're gonna Ash the Rahu though, so I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to normal Veiler now, right? And play. We're gonna make Verte into... I mean, I don't know at this point. Do you go Mirror Jade because it's better? Or do you go Sanctifier just to get a trap set? Like, I mean, it barely matters. Wait, Wait, why are we Magnamudding now? Wait, what? There's no way that's the right Magnamud. There's no way that's the right Magnamud. Hello? Do we have another hand trap? We don't have another hand trap. Okay, so, I mean, Verte is either Sanctifier or Mirror Jade directly. In either case, the Bestial is really good to trade with the Albaz. Right? End of the turn, just banish the Albaz. It's pretty nasty, no matter whether it's Sanctifier or Mirror Jade. So that seems like a strange Magnamut, not gonna lie. And we set Flame, which is not crazy good in the matchup, but we have another back row, which could be Horn. Horn is like the only like competent one in the matchup, but none of them are that good in the matchup, to be honest. What was he afraid of? I don't know why we Magnamutted first, if I'm honest. I don't know why. And the card we added was, of course, Caesar. Anyway, normal summon Raisin. Normal summon Raisin. This is a real tough spot for Dracotel. Ooh, Droll is good though. But Droll means the traps don't even draw. We That's so nasty. We could have chained Horn to try and draw. Right? Chain Horn on Raisin to try and draw. Let's see. Oh, right. They have Caesar to dodge Horn. Yeah. Caesar dodges Horn. We knew about that. He has Lupus, which does nothing right now. Hi, April. Hello, Haru. Hello. We're in the finals right now. Lupus has hit the board. Is that a Typhon? Oh, no way. I mean, Typhon's decent into Sanctifier, but why is Typhon in attack position? This could be Horn. This could be Horn. Why is it in attack position? It's Horn. Oh, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? Now we're gonna get cooked. We can't special summon, which means now it's just like Mirror Jade o'clock, right? We just summon Othalion. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe gave up. Rue. If that was in defense position, we could have outed the Sanctifier. And then they would have been in an awful spot, Draco Tail. Yeah. That's nasty. That is nasty. I mean, we didn't know it was Horn, but like, come on. It's one of two cards it could have been. It was a 50-50. Yeah, Albaz does go crazy here. Because even though they don't have anything to fuse with, you can give them something to fuse with. You know? Yeah, imagine if we saved Magna. I mean, we couldn't Magna now because we've already summoned Typhon. All we had to do was put the Typhon in defense position. It beats Horn and Sting. It's like you're not playing a 50-50. It's like it's a 50-100 and you chose the 50. Yeah, we give him Verte. Hold on. Hold the phone. What? What? Do we not want to discard this card? Is this card too good to discard? Return Pan to the hand because it's Femina. Um, I mean, we knew it was Femina. we did know it was Femina. Um, sure, sure, sure. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. It triggers two names. It's follow up. It's fine. I was thinking better than Albaz. It's what I would have done is summon Albaz and Frixel. I would have put Albaz on my board, Frixel on the opponent's board, fuse with the Frixel into Albion, trigger the Frixel to set follow up, and also get a Mirror Jade. Right? That would have been my plan. But I guess this is fine too. This technically sets two cards. Um Now we can get Flame Trap for Droplet. We already have Flame, but we're gonna set Ketu and Sting, because well, Rahu's been used and it's at 1, so but this is fine. This is Arthalion recycle, like this is still a lot of follow-up. Ketu, Sting. And we destroy Raisin for free. Yeah, I guess we get the free pop on Pan as well. And we return Albaz, so we can technically we can technically normal summon it next turn and make a Mirror Jade anyway. So this is like I guess the best play. I guess. We discard another Femina. I thought Verte was fusing. No, imagine. I mean, it's after Verte. I mean, it's after Typhon, but like, imagine if the Vanquish Soul player was just like, "Yep, activate Verte," summon like Dragoon or something. Like, you would be shook if you summoned a Verte to your opponent's field and they were like, "Yeah, I'll use it." Okay, here's Holy Sue. Is this gonna help? I don't think Holy Sue helps. It's just a blocker. Literally just a blocker. You can Xyz? With Lupus, yeah. But, I mean, Mirror Jade exists, so. Mirror Jade exist. Yep. And there we go. That should be everything. What is the back row? Do we know the back row at all? We don't know the back row at all, right? These are just random sets. I don't know what they could be. Mirror Force? Mirror Force one time? Yeah, it's the Dead Canine Quick Play, but what's the other one? What's the other one? Wall of Disruption. Okay, it's Snow Devil. We get to summon a blocker, but we still die. Right? Do we die? No, we don't die. We don't die. So genuinely live to see another day. But like, so what? Horn? Yeah, imagine the Vanquish Soul player flips Horn. Imagine. Okay, so Mirror Jade is gone. Um, Sanctifier can revive Mirror Jade. Hmm. I'm gonna Ketu for another Femina. Okay, I mean this two horn in deck? What do you mean? Horns in the graveyard. Can any top deck win here? Um, well, it's Flame set, Sanctifier, Femina, SP on Forced Release. Can any top deck win? Um, can we think of a top deck that wins here? In all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is there a top deck that wins the game here? Genuinely? Is there a single one? Cupsy? Cupsy doesn't win. Cupsy doesn't win. Ext. Ext might win. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Ext could genuinely win. Yeah, Ryziel, Snake Eye Ash? Maybe? Snake Eye Ash might win? Maybe? No, probably not. Ext could win though. Ext would be crazy. Added Ash last turn? Is it Ash in the hand? No, it's Femina in the hand. And that's GG. Okay, good game. Tight game. Going into game 3. Oh, that all came down to the position on the Typhon. That whole game, Malefic Fox could have had the match if it was just a 90-degree turn on the Typhon. 90 degrees is the difference between a win and a loss. Yeah, it's 1-1. It's 1-1. Game 3. All important game 3. Maybe he felt bad for Drake Hotel, so gave them a free win. I don't think so. I don't think that's what happened. I do not think that's what happened. Yeah, the Magna is also sus. The Magna was also sus. If you just hold the Magna, don't reveal it, there's a chance that they just go like standard Sanctifier into Albaz Fuse and then you just hit them with the Magna. Anyway, we're going first. We have a case for K9. There is no Droll. We have a Jokel. Yeah, that's what we searched. There is no Droll. Drollcall. Okay, there's like a Veiler or something, since there was a light up. Lantern. This checks out Femina too. Yeah, this is why it's one of the bad matchups for Draco Tail. Is that 2 level 5s on the board is threatening to negate Femina. But if you do Femina, it's a really tough thing to disrupt because like what are you gonna do? You're gonna bounce a Holy Sue? You're gonna bounce 1/5 out of like 16 different fives they can summon? It's like so low impact to Femina before Ripper, but you can't Femina after Ripper. Okay, yeah, we are gonna Femina. I think this is reasonable. If we have a Malulu, we're gonna be negating Holy Sue. I mean, negating whatever we summon with Holy Sue. New Chaos deck from Chaos Origins, destroy Vanquish Soul. What Chaos deck? Ooh, 3 material Arthalion. Okay, big bouncers coming in. What's the new Chaos deck? I don't know what the new Chaos deck is. The new Blackluster and Magician of Chaos? I don't think I remember those cards. Okay, so we're gonna bounce the 5s to prevent Ripper. Oh, we're gonna bounce Raisin. Okay. You don't see that every day. You do not see Arthalion bounce all opponents' monsters very often. We still had a normal summon, he didn't have to activate Raisin. We didn't know what Malefic Fox didn't know what Dracotel was gonna bounce. We activated Raisin before we knew if Arthalion was gonna target it. Okay, so the entire follow-up that we're relying on, we're not bouncing our own cards, is the Ketu and Flame. Malulu negates? Yeah, Malulu negates. We didn't have to activate the Raisin, yeah. But I guess we activated it in order to force them to negate it, so that we could maybe keep Holy Seal on the board. We didn't know what was gonna be bounced. Why did we set Flame? Is it to negate forced release, perhaps? That makes sense. That makes sense. Now we're gonna make Nash Knight. We're gonna suck. Okay, a Masquerade. Oh my god, Nash Knight is so cringe versus this. You gotta pop the follow-up Katu. Oh, that's so nasty. Like, did we need to set 2 Katu to play around this? This is so nasty. And then Lantern anyway to make Ripper. Okay, Ghost Bell though. Hold. Ghost Bell. The Spirit Animal Return. The Twist. The Twist. We can normal summon Lantern, but then we don't have another 5. I mean, 1 flame. We have 1 flame. Oh, Holy Sue. No, we can't normal summon the Lantern. Not unless we tribute it. We can summon and then what? Just pass. We have a fire and a dark. Yeah, okay, I mean, this is pretty rough. SP also cooks. SP also cooks. I don't think you need to SP. This is so nasty because this is a flame, so like we are gonna SP. Okay. What the heck happened here? We went down to 0 cards on turn 1. Look at this. It's turn 1. Opponent has no cards. That's tragic. Oh, Cartesia. Wait, what? How did Cartesia even? Oh, right, because they sucked up Arthalion and then it detached. Yeah. Okay. Okay, top deck. What do we need to top deck? There is no top deck that wins here. Literally no top deck. Except maybe Branded Fusion? Ah! Okay, actual branded fusion. Um, Ayo, Ayo. Um, okay, but this is still a challenge. How the fuck do you beat this many cards with a branded fusion? How? How? I mean, it's so powerful. We're going Malulu, Lubellion. Okay, so this is not something you see every day. I feel like you don't like discarding a card here. Because discarding a card means Rahu doesn't work. But you can still get Ketu. Oh, I see a cool line actually. I see a cool line. I see a cool line. We're SPing the Lubellion, which is reasonable because um we were gonna get Malulu negated anyway. There's no way we come back, right? From 0 cards turn 1. There's no way. There's no way we just heart of the cards into a victory. Ketu. Yeah, Ketu can still fuse, unlike Rahu, because we can add and then fuse with the board, which is not something that Rahu can do. The problem is the hand, right? There's still Vanquish Soul interruptions and follow-up. And as good as Branded Fusion is, unlike what Pan the Cat was trying to tell us yesterday, Branded Fusion is not a GG. If it resolves, it's not GG. Like, Vanquish Soul can still just, like, push this back with brute force. Um, yeah, okay, so we make a rank 5, and we get to summon, like, a Caesar from the deck. But Mirror Jade is activated, so it's just gonna get banished, right? We have to wait, what? Huh? This is like hardly good. Hold, like, yeah, banish the Jiaolong. Be safe. Be safe. You can play through a Book of Moon. What the heck? No, we win, right? We just straight up win. This just wins. This just straight up wins, right? Am I? This just straight up wins. This just straight up wins. Does it not? I mean, maybe it doesn't OTK. No, it's still complicated. It's still complicated. I don't know if you can kill, and there is a lot of cards in hand for follow up. We're grabbing a pan. Pan. Are we gonna fuse? I assume we're gonna fuse. Yeah, it's complicated, right? What we could have done was add a spellcaster to go into Secretarion, but Secretarion would have just been Book of Moon. So we can't do that. Instead, we're making Arthalion number 2, which is the first Arthalion this turn. Arthalion revives on the pop of Xyz. We've already revived Arthalion this turn, so we're not going to get that again. Um, what do we Book of Moon here? Mirror Jade? Mirror Jade is an interesting choice. Probably correct. We're setting Rahu, and then we add a card back to the hand, of course. Wait, why did we pop? No! Well, I mean, okay, we still have Frixel, but why did we pop? No, the Valen! No, rip the Draco, rip the Rahu. Why? We could have not popped, right? That was optional. Or we could have popped this instead. We still have a play though. We can still go into. We got a Malulu in the graveyard. Um, we also have a Flymina in the graveyard. That misplay hurt. We really didn't want to get that Rahu popped. Ah, I mean it's currently quite crazy. There's two options here. We can get the Flymina, and then we can use the Flymina to make Secretarion. Or we can get Malulu. I don't know what's better. We're going for Malulu. Yeah, I mean, Secretarion doesn't really go anywhere. Oh, there's an Impulse. This is also going to draw too. Because this Fire Attacker triggers when a card is added to hand, even if it's from, like, the field. If we went Pan with Rahu, it would have been better. Yes. I mean, we added back what we could, right? No, we added back. We could have added back anything. I think we just needed to pop a different card so that we could Rahu. Um, yeah, we return the Malulu. I mean the Frixel. This triggers the Fire Attacker. I mean, we can Malulu. Don't draw Nib, but there's no way Vanquish all plays Nib. That's one of the nice things about this matchup, is that you can usually always just assume that they don't play Nib. Because they almost never do. So, you can always just play into it. Interesting that we're fusing Gulamel with Othalion and not the Malulu. We really want to like keep Malulu alive. And Magnamut? Okay, we drew a Magnamut, but that's not super powerful, right? Target Rinbrum, but that doesn't achieve anything. This is just like a... This is just a plus. And of course it prevents the Gulamel. Um... that's so nasty. We can't even set, like, another Rahu. We set Sting, which is the best we can do, I guess. I would have set Horn, actually. I feel like Horn would have been good, too. Maybe. There is still one really good thing here, which is that there is a Mirror Jade set. This set monster is a Mirror Jade. So, technically, there is kind of a difficult wall to get over. Like, Vanquish Soul would have to kill the opponent, otherwise they have to deal with the Mirror Jade. You know? And there is disruption here. There is Sting for Lupus, and there is Malulu with a monster in the hand, so we can make another Othalion. They can take control. Not with Holy Sue, no. Holy Sue does not take face downs. It takes the smallest monster, which would never be a face down. So this is not trivial for Vanquish Soul now. Even though they have a lot of cards, this is not trivial. Because there's technically 3 disruptions here. Not to mention the Mirror Jade threat. So like we gotta watch out. Like there's some stuff going on. God, they were so close. They were like milliseconds away from a scoop. When they put their opponent on no cards turn one, like zero cards to like 15, they must have thought, oh, I'm gonna get the win any second now. Any second now, they're gonna scoop, and then boom, branded fusion. The SP is pinning down Malulu. It's kind of not, because you can technically still fuse with the Gulamel. And if we use Sting first, we're gonna be able to draw, right? If we go Malulu effect, chain SP, target Malulu, chain Sting, banish Lupus, we could try and draw a name, technically. Um, okay, but we just stole Malulu. Never mind. Malulu is on the board of the Vanquish Soul player now. Never mind. Next, we're gonna go Caesar. I mean, Caesar's pretty rough. Can we put lethal on the board here? Can we find a way to put lethal? Here comes Sting. Target, I guess Lupus. Um, Chain SP to play around. Um, Gulamel. Is this lethal? There's no normal summon available, but there's 5 cards in the hand. And what do we draw? Do we draw a hand trap? Drop Max C? Max C one time? I thought Lupus was untargetable. Not in the graveyard, what do you mean? And it only makes the Xyz monster untargetable. Um, we draw Nib Trust. We could genuinely draw Nib. This player does play Nib. Or maybe the spirit animal, the ghost bell, can save. That's literally a hand trap. That was literally. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? That's Nib, right? No, it's not Nib. It can't be. It can't be. No, it's not Nib. Okay, but like, what is it then? What the heck was that? If no, it's the wait, it's got to be a Magnum mode or something. It's not a Charmy. We have okay, okay. This is not as over as it looks. Okay, Pan is in the graveyard. Oh no, it doesn't trigger. Pan doesn't trigger. The Mirror Jade is face down, so Pan won't trigger. And we don't negate. Yeah, we don't negate Mirror Jade so that we can check a Bestial. Oh no, it was lethal. Yeah, yeah. Did we never get a chance to off Thalion? That's kind of sad if true. The only card that would have saved the game there is the Golden Sword Soul. The non once per turn attack negate. No! Oh, it was so close. That branded fusion almost took it the whole way. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. GG's. What an insane finals. What an insane finals. GG's. GG's. Wow. That was a good duel. Great tournament. Thank you, thank you. Don't we survive if we use Magna before Ripper? Yeah. That's the thing, yeah. We could have summoned the Magna first, before Ripper. Yeah, I think we did win the game if we don't pop with Pan. I think popping the Valen was just the misplay. Oh, it was so close though. Can you imagine how hyped it would have been if that one branded fusion won the game? Because looking at how close that was, if we get to resolve a Rahu as well, surely we win the game, right? Surely we win the game from there. That was so close. Congratulations, both of you, Malefic Fox and Not Human, for the really good finals. That was really, really cool. Um, that was really, really cool. Thank you. Malefic Fox, if you're here, if you're listening, um, I'm just goated like that. Okay, tell me, Malefic Fox, tell me what you thought was gonna happen after you put your opponent to 0 cards on turn one. Like, tell me you weren't expecting like a insta scoop after draw for turn. What were you thinking when that branded fusion started popping off? Surely you were a little bit sweating. Because that was super close. That was super close in the end. Yeah, you definitely had the win. Whether it was OTK or not, you definitely had the win if we didn't pop Valen, right? Because it came down so close to one attack, making it lethal just because of the Ripper. We could have also summoned the Bestial before Ripper to block an attack. That was really close. But GG's. GG's everyone. Um, what I'm gonna do now is that's gonna be the end of the tournament. That's gonna be the end of the stream. We're gonna raid out to somebody cool, and well, Epic Fox, if you have a PayPal, I'll message you or you can message me, and yeah, then we can then I can send you the 20. Yeah, the Bestia wouldn't have mattered because Jax can pop it on the board. That is true. It really just came down to the Valen then. It came down to the Valen. Damn. Good games. Anyway, chat, thanks for coming. Let's raid and I will see you sometime later. Izuna should be limited. Maybe, maybe. Maybe, maybe.